pizza. Today is Western Day. Today was burger and today was pizza. So we're in the Western area. Thank you. Thank you. So this is weird because this area, Western food, is predominant the food, and it's actually cheaper than local food, and that's because Russians mostly own these restaurants. What are you doing, Fluffy?
I'm getting my glasses.
Thought you're having a heart attack about coffee again.
Heart attack with the prices.
Heart attack with the prices.
It's like eating bikini bottom prices for
70. What's up, Tim? Yes, this is dinner time. We are at Mio. Mio, not UO, Mio. We are all the way in northern Nha Trang. We stayed after we did the interview with Marcus. So we're out here. Actually, we skipped. We could have got a bacon pizza, but we got the pepperoni pizza. But we were torn. The other one was called Romania, which is bacon and mozzarella, but we got the regular pepperoni pizza. So that's what we have. So this is northern Nha Trang. If you guys seen the earlier live stream, this is in a whole different section, about an hour and 10-minute walking, or about a 18-minute drive from the main center. Tim would never be caught dead in this area, though. This is going to be a pizza night. So we're still in the western area, which is shocking. So Bonet is like 65,000. Local food is actually pretty expensive in the northern Nha Trang area because of the Russians own a lot of these businesses. So all the food is catered towards Western here. That's why Marcus really likes it, because he is not a fan of the Vietnamese food. So he's like a kid in a candy store in this area because everything is Western geared, Western food. He said he eats Vietnamese food about once every 3 weeks, and the Western food is so much cheaper here than in Da Nang. We had burgers earlier today. We're having pizza now. I just told, are you guys not listening? We are in the western, northern Nha Trang area. So you come up here if you want to live a Western life. This is where Marcus lives. This is, if you guys seen the live stream where he lives, 7 million for the 2-bedroom, northern Nha Trang. He loves this area because he does not eat Vietnamese food. So he goes to pizza, burgers, Russian food, all that's up here. Shockingly, that Western food is as cheap as you can get it. Vietnamese food is kind of expensive in this area because the Russians own these restaurants and it's not their clientele out here. Tran Phu Bridge. Let me show you. This is way far from there. Like I said, it's about an hour and 20 minutes. Let me log into the Wi-Fi and I'll show you. I've showed you guys many times where he lives. Let's show it here. 1, 2, 3. Well, all the people that seen the live chat just, I don't know, 2 hours or so ago, that's where we're at. Here, I'll show you guys where we're at. We are... Tim, here's where we're at. Here we go, Tim. Take a look. So we're up here. We are up here. This is where we're staying. This is the area that Tim knows. Tim was staying here and up here. So for example, let's look up Regal. Regal, how do you spell it? Regal Hotel, there we go. So look guys, We are an hour and 20-minute walk. This is Regal. This is where we're at. So he chose to live up here, but this is a Russian neighborhood, Western focused. So this is where we are right now. You have to cross this bridge. This is the bridge and you cross, and then we live way, way down here. It's about a 15 to 20 minute car drive and about an hour and 20 minutes. Phil is in USA, Dark Brother. Philip has been in the USA since April 3rd. Philip's been gone for 2 weeks. You should know that. Philip's been gone for 2 weeks. If you see any of Philip's live streams, he's been in the USA for 2 weeks. I am in Da Lat, the Western restaurant prices and coffee shops that are very affordable. This is the only time I've ever seen a Western area cheaper than Vietnamese. Well,
not cheaper, but like
it is
almost same price.
Yeah, almost same. But Bonet is 65,000 in this area. That, like, please listen to what I'm telling you guys. We are not in the Nha Trang that you guys know. We are in northern Nha Trang, an hour and 20-minute walking distance. All the Russians live out here. This is the Russian Central. Marcus loves Western food. He does not like Vietnamese food. He said he loves having the convenience. So when he walks out, he has 20 Western restaurants below him. He's got 24-hour markets. He eats Vietnamese food maybe once every 3 weeks, he says, and he's got a separate beach up here. So that's the lore that he likes about here. So how is this place? Nha Trang is definitely a different city. For me, it's not that great of an option, but for some people, it's a solid option. The Visa Run bus option is going to be a problem. The heat for some people, it's much, much hotter here. And food prices are extremely hot in the tourist main hub. But the hotels are a really good price. The hotels are a good price in that main area. Well, the hotel's down there.
Oh, yeah.
But the 23-hour bus Visa Run is a killer for me. What's up, Tom? What's up, Tom? Tomcat.
Tomcat. The Tomcats are here.
Do you get more meats? We've only had the burger. I've only had burger out here. The burger was mediocre. Now the burger was very, very cheap. I spent $45,000 for a mediocre burger. I think it had fillers, right, Fluffy?
Yeah.
I think it had like extenders, fillers in it, so it wasn't like 100% beef. And you get a small order of fries. But for $45,000, it's a very low price, but it wasn't a bikini bottom burger.
Yeah, but I guess they would have burgers.
Roy, the thing is, Pattaya is much more expensive. And for us, we like the 90-day visa options. So he likes the long 90-day visa options, and he lives very cheap here, meaning his apartment here for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom on the beach is about $275 for 2 bedrooms, 2 bathroom. Very nice price for that. Now he's just not in the main center, the mall area of Vietnam, Nha Trang, and he gets 90-day visa instead of the 60-day Thailand visa, which may soon turn into 30 days. Eat the breakfast. I couldn't eat enough food during the breakfast. What am I going to eat? 9 cups of rice and 15 eggs? We'll be here until Monday. I had good quality steak in Nha Trang. Very cheap.
Quality. No, but the beef here is good quality, like the...
Roy, what are you give me a price of what you're talking about steak for cheap, because remember, I don't know if you know our budget, but we spend 200,000 VND for a whole day's worth of food for 2 people, meaning I spent 100,000, she spends 100,000. So I don't even think you can get a single steak for 200,000 here. Hope Foss, what's up? You guys, I think a lot of you guys are travelers and they're used to that larger budget. We live on $750 a month in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1 block from the beach, going to Vietnamese sit-down restaurants every single day, $750 US for 2 people combined. Hello, Hope. I hope you enjoy the live stream, Hope.
Hoping that you would subscribe.
Cheers. What's up, Russ?
Hey, Russ.
I always wonder if Russ is short for Russell. I bet you Russ's real name is Russell.
Really?
I don't know. I'm guessing.
Russell? But it doesn't seem to be a Russell.
I'm having my Coke for the trip. Oh, it's not Russ. I mean, it's not Russell. I appreciate it, Hope. I appreciate it. We're at a pizza place. So we're in a western part of Nha Trang tonight. We hung out, met our YouTube buddy, Marcus. He just left. I think he met up with someone else and we said, hey, screw it. Since we're here, let's get dinner out in this area. Yeah, the restaurant looks nice. It's like a little, I think it's a Russian-owned Italian restaurant. Let me actually go show it to you. Let's show you where they make the pizza. Let me show you guys. There's a pizza sauce stand. There's this. Here we go. They're taking the pizza out. They are little smaller pizzas, especially if you have a USA perspective. So here's the pizza. And then the prices are about $170 for that pizza, which is about $7. They have all this other stuff. So I think it's going to be a smaller pizza, but we will see. I think it's too small for 2 people, but I think 2 pizzas would be too much for 2 people. It's just that in between stage. This is called Mio. Mio, Mio, Mio. What's up, guy? Mio.
Of course, Baller always have a comment with our dessert and drinks.
This is what I'm gonna say, what you always say to me, Fluffy. Oh, just ignore him. That's what you always say. Don't listen, just ignore him. Ben, what's up, buddy? Yeah, that's a personal pie in the... That is a personal size in USA, but do you know what size that is here? That's a large. So that's a large.
Veronica, how are you? Are you guys in Hawaii? We're here in Nha Trang.
Does the UK gentleman that stays in Dong Hoi, Chris, keep in touch? I've never heard back from him. I wish I knew his information. I would have loved to chat with him and just ask him, because I kept in contact with an agent, a rental agent from Dong Hoi, but they've never came back. They did come back to me and said, hey, we have a place, but it's rented. And I said, that's the only place that you guys got? There's no other apartment rental? And that agent has never got back to me. So, nothing from Dong Hoi. What's up, Ben? We are in Nha Trang. Do you like that area? Here's how I'm gonna answer this. I like this area for its pros, but I hate Nha Trang for its cons. This area, if I was gonna live in Nha Trang long term, then I probably would live in this area, yes, rather than the center area where you guys seen us the first night and where we have our hotel. I would probably choose this area over that area, but the cons of Nha Trang outweigh the pros for me.
You know what? Army guys should try Nha Trang. You should.
Where would he live?
Here.
I don't think this is his style, though. We'll ask.
Or
Hopefully, Army guy will pop in.
Or he would go to the Central.
I hope that Army guy pops in.
Army guy is here.
We have one more. Oh, Army guy's here. What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Speak of the devil.
No,
So
that's why I was telling
Ah, I haven't got down that far. Hold on. So is this the last day? No, we have one more day in Nha Trang. Army guy, this might be a possibility for you. You'll have to watch the YouTube videos that I upload. But Nha Trang, the center area, the main area where we live, is not cheap. And it's basically we think of it as Bangkok of Vietnam. But out this area where Marcus lives, it's a Western Russian version, and it is cheaper, especially with like the Western life. But there's major cons for me living in Nha Trang. So the pros are awesome here in Nha Trang, but the cons are probably a little worse than the pros. I'm here. We are in Mexico having tacos. Man, I miss tacos.
I was about to say that.
Ah, here we go. Come on.
Wow.
Thank you. Come on. So this is our large pizza. Like, I think this would be slightly bigger than a personal pizza, but this would be, at best, a small pizza in the USA. This is not even as big as a Little Caesars, if you guys know Little Caesars. Yes, Fluffy, I need spray, but you need to give it to me.
Yeah, but
Army guy, the drinks are so cheap too. Yeah, I think that.
What percent is your battery?
60. The steak is around 130. Near Panorama. So what's it like? I've been out of the loop. So I like the pros of Nha Trang, but the cons are too big for me to do it. So here's the big con, Army guy. It might not be a con to you, but it's a con for me and Fluffy. So there is a bus visa run here, right? But the problem is, it's a 23-hour sleeper bus. That's the biggest deal breaker for me. The other deal breaker is it's extremely hot. But I don't live in Ho Chi Minh.
You know, Army guys.
Oh, but he does, yeah. So the biggest deal breaker for me is the bus visa run. It's unbearable for me. And if we did the flight visa run option, it would be around $500 to $600 for both of us, which is much, much more. It's double the price of the bus visa run in Da Nang. So that's a big deal breaker for me. The only deal breaker for me, not even a deal breaker, I'd say a con in this area is you live in a 10-minute square area. So Fluffy, she was very quiet, but I said, I don't know if, Fluffy thought we were moving here. And then when I said, it wouldn't be till at least months. And then I said, I just don't think it fits us for our apartment that we have, the deal on our apartment, the long visa run, all that stuff. And then when I said that, she went and hugged me. And I was like, what are you hugging me for? She's like, I thought you were ready to move here. And I was like, no, there's too many cons for us right now. That is pretty big for Vietnam. Yeah, probably for Vietnam, yes. But for USA, this would be a personal to a small pizza. Army guy loves Vietnam food. And yeah, here's the other thing. This area, Vietnamese food in this area is more expensive than Western food. So Bonnet is $65,000 here.
But remember, Fluffy, Army guy hasn't really tried Vietnamese food.
He loves Bonnet. I think how much was?
But he eats bolalok and boni. Bolalok is the one you ate yesterday.
So I love the pros about this city, but I hate the cons. It's very extreme for me. The pros are awesome, the cons are bad. Pizza looks delicious and cheesy. No, the problem is, so out here in this area, the Russians eat Russian, American, Western food. So for them to put Vietnamese dishes on here, they're charging a premium. They're charging a premium because everybody here eats Western food. This area is geared towards Western food. So they're saying, hey, if you guys want Vietnamese food, you're gonna pay for it because none of our customers eat it.
This is olive oil with chili.
I'm using the chili oil. The bus visa run is so long because they go to the border up past Da Nang, and Nha Trang to Da Nang by itself is 10 hours just to get from Nha Trang to Da Nang, and then it's another 6 or 7 hours to get from there to the border. So it's a long time. It's not worth it. I couldn't do it. Let me taste it. Let me taste it. Let me take my first bite. Not bad. Buffy, I thought we got normal crust.
I think this is the
That's normal? What is thin? So we ordered, there's 3 kind of crusts. There's thin, which you guys probably say, oh, that's the thin. No, this is normal crust, and then there was thick. So if this is normal, I wonder how thin the thin crust is.
I think the thin crust is more crunchy.
But I mean, thin would mean it's thinner too. Da Lat does not have a border run though. We looked, so the only bus visa runs are Ho Chi Minh, Hanoi, Da Nang, and Can Tho, shockingly. Shockingly, Can Tho has a bus visa run, but Da Lat does not have a bus visa run. This is already thin to me. Is this not thin to you guys? I don't know how much thinner you guys can get. It's not bad. I think the sauce is a little sweet, Fluffy. I took my first bite without it. I think the sauce is a little sweet. And I'm the type that likes a little more sauce on my pizza. It's kind of lacking on sauce, but it's okay. Maybe they do individual visa runs, Roy, but they're not doing the chartered bus visa runs that an organization takes for you. I think those are rogue individual people that will get on their own scooter, go deal with being bribed in Cambodia, but there's no legit sponsored bus visa run, and I'm not going to take the risk. I don't ride scooters. I am not going to be bribed by an officer. So I think what you're talking about is not the same thing. I would love to know if you know an organization like in Da Nang, there's Lin Visa. They put you on a nice AC chartered bus. You pay $160. They apply for your visa. They do all the work. There's nothing you do except for get on the bus, walk across, come back. There's no paperwork. You don't deal with anybody. I think the people that you guys are talking about are these young, crazy backpackers that get on a scooter, ride 3 hours, 4 hours to the border. They give coffee money to the agents. They apply for their own visa. It's not worth it for me. That saving of $40 is not worth the headache. Army Guy Can Tho is not far from Cambodia. We're living here long term. I've been in Da Nang for a year and a half now. And what I do is every 90 days, I get on the Lin Visa chartered bus run. I get on the bus at 6 in the morning, and I'm back in Da Nang at 6 at night. You can live here as a Russian if you own a business. I don't know how much money you have to invest and what it does for that. But if you don't own a business, you cannot live here longer than 90 days. I would love to know about that. Please shoot me an email if you know of an organization. I'll look it up right now. Give me 1 second. Bad date. Who's had a bad date? Somebody had a bad date.
You? Am I a bad date?
You had a bad date. You said from Da Lat, correct? Let's see. So here we go. Timmy, it was a bad date. Yep, I did. Does Da Lat, Vietnam have a bus visa run? Let's take a look. Da Lat has options for visa runs, including bus routes to neighboring. One common method is traveling to land border checkpoint, exiting the Vietnam. But let me ask him, do you do the legwork and visa yourself, or is there an organization that takes care of all the paperwork?
Is there studio apartments here?
I don't handle the visa applications, but there are organizations, a lot that take care of the paperwork for you. One is a 24-hour Vietnam 14. Da Lat offers, if you're looking, is it a chartered bus that you ride, or how do you get to the border? Visa runs from Da Lat border are typically done public buses, private cars, or organized visa run services. So it's a little bit different. It's not what I'm looking for. But I will look into that. I will look into Da Lat and see what I can find. So I appreciate you bringing that up. And I will look into if there's a bus charter run in Da Lat. So that would be interesting. Okay, what sauce did you use?
This one.
Was it spicy?
It's not, it's close with. Maybe you should do the live stream.
Gangnam style. What does that mean, Fluffy? Gangnam style.
Gangnam Style? That's a city in it's like being bougie. Hey Trapper.
So, Fluffy, what do you think about living here long term? No? Why do you say it like that, Fluffy?
I'll miss the Nang people.
I'm just talking about compare the cities.
I feel like you'll have a heart attack with the prices.
No, if we lived in this area.
I don't like this area.
Fluffy doesn't like this area.
I mean, it's okay, but it's too cramped for me. I mean, it's not cramped. It's like, it's just like you're in a bubble.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think when we leave here, we'll show you. It's like a gated community without the gate, but it's like everything is outside your front door. Like Marcus said, there's times he won't leave this 10-minute radius for like 3 weeks. I'm here to avoid Songkran, very much enjoying Da Lat. How much Western amenities is there? Army guy, never bad date if you go too big. And massage.
Is it your break time today, Trapper? He's usually like in the... Every time he pops in, it's usually just a lunch break. Maybe that's one reason why he's not, he hasn't been popping at the...
Buffy, why'd you ask about my battery?
No, because I got your battery.
On what?
I mean, when I was looking for something...
Maybe I should plug it in.
Really?
Just so I don't have to plug it in later. Thanks, Fluffster. But for people like Marcus, this is an awesome neighborhood. So like he said, I don't know how many of you guys were in the earlier live stream, but if you guys don't like Vietnamese food, you guys focus on cheap Western food, and you like to basically live in the same area as every single place you go to, meaning you walk outside and everything is there, and you love cheap Western food, and you love being away from the main area, then this is a great option for you guys. The only two things I worry about Da Lat is, one, is it going to have the Western amenities that Da Nang has? And then two, how do you get in and out of that area, especially for visa runs? Those are the two things. I think you've been to this area though, Tim. So if I was going to live here long term, that's a big, huge if, I would live in this area versus the area that Tim knows. The area that Tim knows would not be feasible financially. It would be way too expensive. So we would have to come all the way up here to northern Nha Trang. I am staying, the guy who owns the hotel, I'm saying, speaks perfect English and has been here. Well, what I'm asking is, like, is there a burger spot? Is there Western options? Is there a mall? I don't think there's an international airport. I think there's a domestic airport there, correct? And for losing, I know it's going to have less Western amenities than Da Nang, but how much in comparison of savings do you save being in Da Lat versus Da Nang? Bigger and a lot more choices.
Where did Timmy stay when he was here in Nha Trang? Did he stay
somewhere by us, but I don't know where. How far from us did you say, Tim? Yeah, there's no way possible we would be able to live in the main square. It's too expensive food-wise. It's tea time. Wow. I thought you were a coffee guy.
Who? Who's a coffee guy?
How much are you renting a place for there? Can you tell me hotel or apartment? Can you tell me what you're paying per night? And how many square meters? I would love to know. What did you say, Fluffker?
Who's coffee guy?
Tim said he has to leave because it's tea time.
I bet he's just trying to avoid the call because he stayed at Vin Pearl. Oh, tea!
Yeah, tea time for golf.
Mm-hmm. I thought tea like tea time. High tea.
You should check it out and see the options. Like I said, I just had everybody that I've talked to from Da Lat tells me it's not going to be as Western as Da Nang, and they told me they have to fly out to do the visa run. They said there's no visa run. So that's kind of the reasons that I could not live there. Nha Trang looks good. Me and my girlfriend will check it out. Visa run's no issue for me. We can just fly to Thailand. Yeah, if you guys can do that, then it opens up a lot more doors. If you guys are on a budget, it's not feasible. If you guys are not on a budget, it opens up more opportunities. So if you guys want to come short time or you don't have a budget, Nha Trang is somewhat more of an option. But you will spend more money here if you live in the main area than Da Nang, and it will be much hotter. It'll be much more humid. Lots of new construction going on. It's more being popular in the future. I seen there's one YouTube guy that I kind of watch a little bit of. He's the younger guy, a little skinny guy, and has glasses. And I think he's a Russian. I watched a few of his videos. We stay on the main strip. Remember, oh yeah, Fluffy, he stayed at a place that was $500 a night. We stay at a place that's $12 a night. His place was 500. I don't even know what you can get.
Ben Pearl maybe.
He lived on the main strip where we're at. Fluffy, we spend $12. He could get 10. He can get 50 hotel rooms of ours for how much he paid for that one. 2.5K. Oh, 2.5K. You couldn't even spend that in Da Nang. There's no way you would spend $2,500 just living in the city of Da Nang. You could literally, put it this way, baller, you could literally go crazy in Da Nang, live however you want, and then you could sponsor me and Fluffy's life, and you still would have money left over. You can go spend $1,800 a month in Da Nang and pay $750 for me and Fluffy, and you still would not even spend $2,500. So you could spend 3 times the budget that me and Fluffy spend a month and pay our bills, and you still wouldn't hit $2,500. That's insane. $500 a night is insane. I don't even know what you can get. So we have a 4-star pool, spa, gym, free breakfast buffet, although it's not that great of a buffet, and a pool table for $12 a night. Like, literally, Tim could rent out 2 whole floors in our hotel for 1 night in 1 room that he pays. I'm telling you, you guys could not spend $2,000 in Da Nang. I would love to do an interview with someone that does $2,000. If anyone here is living in Da Nang and they spend $2,000 or even over $1,500 a month, I would love to interview you guys. Western amenities, I mean pizza options, burger options, English speaking, Western grocery stores, malls, movie theaters, international airports, not living rural, local Vietnamese lifestyle. My friend Washington about your channel, I think he will sub. I appreciate it, Zoro. We're eating some pizza right now. So like when we went to the city of Tuy Hoa, where we just came from, that's very, very lack of Western amenities. Fluffy, we need to figure out where we're going. We got to get our train ticket. Yeah, exactly what Marcus said, I agree with. Put it this way, if you guys are on a budget and don't want to do a 23-hour bus run, Nha Trang is not for you. It's not for you. Now, if money is no problem and you want to meet women, you want to be in a Bangkok type of city, you don't mind the humidity, and you want to live in his area where it's like Russian Central and everything is outside your door, then Nha Trang is a good option for you guys. I would love to know, Baller, please, without getting, I guess, too detailed, like put it this way, what do you spend on food? What do you spend on rent? What do you spend on entertainment? Because if you have, let's just say you have 5 different categories: rent, food, entertainment, transportation, miscellaneous. You would have to spend $500 on each one of those categories, which I think is insane. I don't know how you would spend $500 on transportation in Vietnam. I think that would be practically impossible. So there's no way you spend $500 on transportation. Even $100 on transportation would be a lot. So are you spending $1,000 a month on food? I mean, are you spending even $500 on rent? So I don't know where else your money could be going to. What was Marcus saying about if you want to meet women? So in the main center, there's going to be lots of party club women. So it's going to be like Pattaya or Bangkok's wild area. So you're going to have that kind of scene, which Da Nang doesn't have. Vung Tau is another option to live long term. It's not. There's no international airport and there's no visa bus run. Even the train doesn't go to Vung Tau. We were going to try to get down to Vung Tau, But then I found out the train doesn't go there, and there's no Visa bus run from there. And it's everyone told me. I wish Tim was still in the room. Tim said Vung Tau is a vacation spot for local Vietnamese. Very, very little English, almost no Western amenities. 300? Where's your other $2,200 going? So if you spend 300, that's half. You're spending half the amount of rent that we spend. So if you're spending 300, you have $2,200. How much are you spending on food? I think probably a mixture of both, Seymour. I bet you there's some local party working women, massages, backroom deals, and probably some local or some foreign women as well. 1,000 on food? How? That's Baller spends $1,000 on food, Fluffy, in Vietnam. That's $30 a day.
He eats in hotels.
$30 a day.
Yeah, he eats in hotels.
I think that's like 12 million VND a day.
He eats in restaurants. He eats steak.
Well, let me ask you this. How big is your family? Now, if you tell me 10 people, okay, maybe. But if it's 2 or 3 of you, how are you spending 1,000? 1,000, Fluffy? He's spending like 60,000 pesos on food. 60 a month. 60. Wait, let me make sure that's correct. Give me 1 second. 60,000. How much? $1,000 a month is. He's spending 25 million VND on food. Our rent is 12. You spend double our rent on food, or 56,000 pesos a month on food. It's just him and his girlfriend.
Everyday massage.
He's talking about food. 56,000 a month.
Fine dine. Buffet.
Every day.
I don't know.
Week.
Ask him, where does he
$33 a day. That's insane.
US.
We're spending $16 a day on our 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. So that's double what we pay for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. I spent $500 on food and miscellaneous. He's spending double that just on food. I don't know what you're eating. Are you eating gold? Oh, I agree. Thailand is more expensive, probably 20 to 30% more than Da Nang. But he even said, if I live in Vietnam, it's still going to be 2.5. Like I said, I can't imagine anyone spending 1,500, let alone 2,000 in the city of Da Nang. Because that's what the whole point was. I said, if any of you guys spend 1,500 or 2,000 in the city of Da Nang, I would like to do an interview with you guys. Dinner is almost over. Fluffy, why aren't you eating?
Good.
Even if you would have to eat McDonald's 6 times a day, 6 times a day to spend $30.
Maybe I would understand, but here.
I don't buy that. Maybe you're buying. There's just no way.
Wow, JB, we're still eating pizza night.
I don't know what you mean by good quality, healthy food. He's saying good quality, healthy foods. I don't know what you mean by that, because you can go eat Vietnamese vegetables and beef, and that's healthy. But I don't know, I have no clue how you can spend that much.
Good quality.
But see, that's him and Mitzi have this imaginary idea. But it's like, there's no way to measure that. You can't quantitatively measure that. You can say it's healthy and this and that, but you can't physically prove it. The pizza, it's okay for Vietnam. It's a regular Vietnamese pizza. Regular Vietnamese pizza.
Hey, Diane. Hey, JB.
No way. No way, Roy. Now, if you're living in a tiny little city and trying to compare it to Da Nang, no. Because put it this way. Roy, let me give you a perfect example. So, me and my girlfriend, Roy, we spend 11,000 baht. 11,000 baht for me and her to eat at restaurants every single day. So Roy, me and my girlfriend go to sit down restaurants in Da Nang, and we spend 11,000 baht every single day that we go out to eat. Total in a month, we spend 11,000 baht. We couldn't eat at sit down restaurants in Bangkok for that. It's impossible. I mean, how much is that nice restaurant? I mean, 30 bucks is a lot.
In Vietnam, you would probably.
I mean, Fluffy, he can go to the Japanese buffet and still not spend $30. You can go to an all-you-can-eat Japanese high-quality buffet.
This is what you have to ask him. Do they drink?
Do you drink alcohol?
Because that's a big.
Because literally, you can go to the Japanese high-quality, unlimited buffet and still not spend $30.
Smash that like button.
Will's Pizza and some Coke or tea. That is my first Coke here. He doesn't drink. He doesn't drink. I don't understand. Does your girlfriend drink? Does your girlfriend drink? But even if she drinks, I can't imagine that she's gonna be a huge drinker.
How much is drinks?
I'm living in Pattaya, much cheaper than Bangkok. I've heard Pattaya is not that much cheaper. I don't know. I've never been to Pattaya. I've been to Bangkok, and if I was gonna leave Da Nang, I would not go to Pattaya. Pattaya is not my type of city. It's seedy. It's very sleazy for me. I don't drink. I don't get massages. I don't party. So I would much rather go to Bangkok, where I get the BTS, good food, and I mean, Pattaya is basically to go find massages and women. That's what everybody's told me. I just double tapped. I don't know how he's spending 1,000. I wish you were here in Da Nang, Baller. I would interview you just on your food budget. I would do a 30-minute interview on your food budget. That's crazy. 30 bucks. Put it this way, in the USA, I didn't even spend 30 bucks in the USA a day. And that's cooking. I would cook. Even if I had to go out, even if I was forced to go out to eat in the USA, I still wouldn't spend 30 bucks. I'm gonna be sweating by the time the interview is done after you tell me how much money you spend.
Yeah, Will is shaking here now.
I'm shaking. I don't understand. How much do you pay for food each day? So it varies, but our set budget for per day with everything besides rent, our set budget is about 200,000 VND per day. Most of the time, we don't even hit that. Now, today, we definitely went over that today. And yesterday, I think we went over that today. But when we were in Da Nang, 200,000 is our budget, which is basically $8. And that gets us, now granted, we almost never eat breakfast. So we go out or eat twice a day.
Family in town? I don't have a family.
How much do you pay? So basically say $8 for both of us. She'll spend 4, I'll spend 4 most of the time. Sometimes when we go to dinner, we only spend 60,000 for both of us. I get a dinner for 30, she gets a dinner for 30. Now, see, I think that's where it starts adding up. So when you're like, oh, I gotta buy creatine and it's $100 and this supplement's $250, like, then you start digging deeper and you go like, okay. And then when you break down the actual foods that you put into your mouth, it's probably like this. He probably spends $16, $17 a day on food and then like $15 for his supplements and this stuff that most people will never take or do. So there's probably that. I must have misunderstood the chat. $1,000 is just for his food, but he only guess how much he spends for rent. 300.
Yeah, that's
So
That's kind of Mitzi style.
Mitzi's like that. Mitzi will spend like 30% of his food budget. We're the opposite. Our biggest bill is rent. Our rent is 70% of our budget. Our food budget is about 15 to 20%. That's what I'm saying. So his just supplements is already what me and Fluffy spend for food for the whole month. So just his supplements are exactly what me and Fluffy spend a month on food. JV Joe, Diane was saying Kim has family in town. Someone asked where she's been. Then where, put it this way. Can you tell me in US dollars what you spent, like, let's say yesterday, how much money on food did you and your girlfriend spend? And maybe the day before, and maybe the day before, like, did you spend 20 bucks on food? Did you spend 10? Did you spend 30? What's the rough amount? I don't know how you guys can overspend unless you guys have some crazy diet. But I mean,
Boston Pete in the house.
Boston Pete. But I mean, you can literally get banh mi's. You can literally go get a burger. You can get a pizza. You could get a pho soup. You could get a salad. Like, all that stuff is well under $5.
Fluffy, you
30 bucks. Okay, give us an idea. 30 bucks, what did you get for food that day? Give us a list of food which you ate for 30 bucks. So, like, what would you eat for breakfast? What would you eat for lunch and dinner for 30 bucks total? My brain always gets racked when people spend half or more or less on rent than their food. Like, Mitzi's like that. I think Mitzi spends like 300 or 400 bucks on rent, but then he spends like 1,000 on food. And I'm like, food should not be your highest bill. Your highest bill should be your rent. Turmeric in the morning every day. I think if I came to China, he would survive on fried rice and fried noodles. Quality steak, fruit and yogurt. So every single thing that's non-Vietnamese. So look what he eats for breakfast, Fluffy. Steak. That's going to be expensive. Fruit you can get cheap. Yogurt is milk. Dairy is not a cheap thing in here. Protein shake already sounds like a huge supplement thing. Nuts are not cheap.
no, but what are you buying? A kilo of everything?
I don't know. I just don't. It's impossible for me to believe 30 bucks a day. Like I said, in the USA, I can't even spend $30 a day.
No, but
In San Francisco Bay Area, I can't spend 30.
Yeah, but it's like
That's just, I hate to say it this way, but that's just a bad overspending choice. He's saying he's going to nice quality restaurants, but he can go to a very similar restaurant at half the price that's exactly the same quality. He wants Louis Vuitton bag instead of the exact same quality bag that doesn't have the name Louis Vuitton.
like Mitzi lifestyle.
That's still crazy. That's still 15 bucks a day.
No, Will, you have to understand that people is like health conscious.
But at the end of the day, he can go get healthy things in Vietnam that would be 100% cheaper.
I just feel like
He can go get all the street market and go get all the health foods at the street market for 100% less.
yeah, like
What's up, David? What's up, my friend? Cheers to David. Ding, ding. This is a great time. Let me do a quick poll. Let's do a poll. What is your food budget a month? I know it's going to be hard because some of you guys are in the West and some of you guys are in Asia. Let's do 200 a month. Let's do 400 a month, and let's do 500 or more a month. Now, the only thing that's going to mess it up is that there's going to be a lot of people from the USA that are going to skew this, but I'm still curious. It really matters where the food... I just don't buy into that idea. I just don't buy into that idea. I believe...
Why didn't you add something else for freeloaders?
Well, up to 200 is the first option. So that means you either spend less than 200 or 200. 400 is the second option. And the option... I just don't... I hate to say it this way, but I believe a lot of people are suckered and they'll say, yeah, man, this is farm organically grown. Now, unless you watch them physically grow it from day one till the day that you get it, I do not believe that stuff. I believe the same thing. Everyone was fooled with COVID. COVID this, COVID this. Now all of a sudden we find out, oh, all that stuff is not true. I believe the same thing about your food. I believe the same thing. Oh, this is non-GMO. This is non-vegan. Oh, but we're going to charge you 10 times. Like, there was a water company. I wish I could remember the water brand. It was like a $6 a water. And they were like, it comes from the French Alps. It's this and this. They did an investigation and they found out it was like coming from someone's bathtub. And all those people for years were buying it and paying top dollar because it's organically sourced. Unless you guys physically see it, I don't buy into that. Let me see. Steve Jobs, eat your food as your medicine. If I could eat fried rice and fried noodles without dying in a week, budget would be $2. North Bali, 180. Will a bit less. So if you guys are less than 200, just put 200. If you guys are over 500, put 500. Give me 1 second. Will a bit less. Food includes everything that enters your mouth. Yes. Yes. Anything that you eat or drink. And have one for wife buys food. Nothing in China is organically grown. Australian meat costs a lot in Thailand.
Where are the 10 people voting?
We're about 300.
Have 10 votes.
Well, we only have 20 people. We'll give it like 2 more minutes. Get your votes in. I wish there was a way to figure out if you guys were in USA or Western countries compared, because I think that's going to skew the numbers a little bit, but I'm very interested. Why would you not eat the local meats, though? I think that's just a thing in your mind. The local meats are going to be way more fresh. Now you're probably going to say, oh, I don't know what they eat. I don't know what this... And that's just a mental thing that you have. But the local meat is not going to be freezed. It's not going to be frozen when you get it. The local meat is going to be way fresher.
Fluffy, he shops at Erwan's. I wonder where is the Erwan's of the Nang?
Butcher shop.
Could be.
Yeah, I actually think that. I believe they don't put that much stuff into the meat.
No, but why did they stay in a $300?
Yeah, that's what. Here's what I don't understand, Baller. Answer this. You spend so much on food. Why do you spend so little on rent? If I were you, I would drop the food down to like 700, 600, and I would bump your rent budget up to like 500 and have an awesome place.
No, but I think so. It's like if their apartment is like $300, it's just cheap. Maybe they just want to go out and then they would go to a restaurant to go work and then stay there for a while and then that bumps up the price.
But then if you think of it that way, we get a lot of people to say, I just need a hotel where I can just put my head to sleep. I go out in the morning and then I go, okay, well then technically you're overpaying. You might as well stay in a hostel. You might as well stay in a dirt cheap hostel if all you're doing is sleeping and getting up in the first thing in the morning. You're overpaying if you stay in a $10, $12 place. The house in Jomtien is beautiful, 2-bedroom, right on the beach.
Yeah, but like you have to ask him, are you eating out?
Probably eat the last one. Let's see.
I'm not really that hungry.
I think you're getting a huge premium marked up on you that's not Like if you really figured out, I think there's a huge markup on your food. I think there's a huge markup on your food that you can figure out a way to get that cheaper. I feel like you're being really, really taxed and premium high.
So this is like Baller is in the hot seat right now. No, I feel
Because
like
I think the Australian beef has to come over frozen. Your Vietnamese beef is going to be freshly butchered. They're not going to put any chemicals in it because that's going to cost them more money. So the meat's going to be actually cleaner and fresher. That's another thing. Why don't you cook, Baller? You could buy all your organic stuff and cook yourself and probably save 40%, maybe 30%, maybe 30. But Mitzi and Baller, they pay for what? The word that starts with a C, Fluffy. Convenience. That's why convenience is such a luxury. If you go to the convenience store, you pay a huge markup. You could buy the same products that you want, cook them yourself, and save 30%, if not more. Are the do-it-yourself spring rolls worth the effort? I think so. It's very simple. You get the meat on a skewer. The rice paper's there. You just basically put the rice paper on the table. You put the meat. You put your toppings in. And you dunk it in the awesome peanut sauce. There's your answer. I wine and dine my girlfriend. There it is. So, keeping up with the Joneses. That's what it is. Keeping up with the Joneses and appearance and trying to live fancy. That's what it is. You pay a premium for that. You pay a premium for that. That's what it is.
They do fine dining.
That's your guys' drug addiction of living luxurious. That's your guys' vice. Your guys living wild like that is our version of eating canola-filled ice cream. That's your drug. That's your drug.
Maybe they go to butcher shop 3 times a day.
That's his drug. So we go eat a 7,000 canola oil-based ice cream, and it makes them feel good to go out and say, wow, we had organic avocado in this. That's your guys' is that? But that's their version.
Yeah, it's okay, because they can afford it.
Can't wait to move to Da Nang at the end of the year. Are Chinese cigarettes a lot stronger in China? I have no clue. Let me take a look at your guys' answer. We still haven't looked. Pizza, ice cream, milk, hamburgers, $500 per month. Tom, are you in the West? Are you in Asia? I consider pizza a big treat for me too, because pizza is usually our whole daily budget. So $200 a month is 50%. Wow. So most people here spend 50%, spend $200.
$33. How much does Mick eat a day? Like
Mick probably eats $8 or $9. Mick eats probably half. He probably spends $14-15 a day, I bet. But he eats much larger portions than Baller.
No, but the thing is like
He gets like a burrito bowl with like extra double, triple protein.
no, but that's just for one person. $15.
Right, but he's eating for 3 people though.
No.
Yes.
But, like,
When we got the burrito bowl, he got like triple the protein, which is triple the steak.
Yeah, but he's eating in restaurants that is. They're eating in he's eating in a decent restaurant or like a sit-down restaurant.
So here's
Times do that.
This
That's
is-
about dollars.
Everyone is different. I suppose health is wealth to us. I train Muay Thai 5 days a week. I need my body to pop performance. Now, flip it over on me. I love living my life. I love enjoying myself. I love getting great value. And I love things that taste good. That's my health is my wealth statement. I don't want to eat a slice of tomato. I want to eat something that tastes good and goes like, that's so good.
Well,
That is...
like it's just different for
No, but
everyone.
I'm trying to help them understand. He's saying his health is his wealth. My wealth is enjoying food that tastes good and getting great value for it. That's my touchdown celebration is, wow, we had something so good. Fluffy. You're gonna eat the crust. I don't want the crust on this. I don't agree with that. I just don't agree with that. You're predicting something that you can't predict. Lance Armstrong, testicular cancer. He's one of the healthiest guys in the world. You might go out and get hit by a car. You might have a brain tumor. There's no way that you can predict that. I might live to be 100 years old. Maybe I'll only die. Maybe I'll only live to 50. There's absolutely no way you can calculate that though, baller. There's no way that you can calculate that. You are guaranteed to have good food, you are guaranteed to enjoy your life, but you're not guaranteed of how long you're gonna live. So I'm going with the for sure thing. You're going with hope that down the road it's gonna pay off for you. But imagine this, baller. Let's ask you this question. Let's say you live this life and you go train 5 days a week, you eat food, right? But what if, I'm not trying to jinx you or nothing, but let's say you died in 6 years of a heart attack. Would you feel, even though you'll never know it because you would be dead, but would you feel that you ripped yourself off of not enjoying that canola, ice cream, and all that good food? Would you say, damn, I wish I would have enjoyed that stuff since I ended up dying at 49 years old? That's what I think about. That's my question. Would you feel ripped off if you died at a young age eating all that food, training all that, and then you died of a sudden heart attack? Would you feel like, damn, if I was going to die at 49, I wish I would have been eating triple burgers and bacon and I would have lived longer? Like, would you feel that way? I love what I eat. The other junk tastes like crap to me. Okay, well, at least that's an honest assessment. So and that's how I feel. This is how I feel. You guys say, I can't believe you eat that cheap Bonet. I can't believe, and I'm like, it tastes good to me. I don't care. Even if it was double the price, I would eat that. I don't eat it because it's cheap. I eat the Bonet because it tastes good. Like Fluffy will tell you, everything that we eat, Fluffy, we eat because it's good, not because it's cheap.
Yeah.
Every single thing that we eat is because we actually like it. It's not because of the price. Now, the price is a great bonus on top of it, but every single food, our normal spots that we go to, are things that we 100% like. Even if I was rich, I would still be eating those foods. In Miami, a slice, hold on. Let me try to eat this pizza because it looks like everyone's looking at us, wanting us to leave. Come on. My father's been eating fast food when he came to America for 45 years. Now he's 93. Like I said, go look up like who the oldest people in the world are, or at least in the United States. They're old ladies that drink half a liter of wine and have 2 shots of bourbon, cook everything with lard, and eat a pound of bacon and smoke 2 packs of cigarettes. Like, how do you explain those people? Those people should be dead at 22 years old.
Enough about food. Can we move on about Nha Trang? How do you find Nha Trang?
I agree with Baller on that. I do think the foods are worse and something's up with the food. I will agree with them on that. But here's the question, Baller. Why do you think magically the food that if they're lying about food to the normal hamburger eaters, why do you think they're not lying to you about it being grass-fed? So the meat that you eat is grass-fed. How do you know that's just not a lie and you're eating regular meat that's packaged as grass-fed? How do you know you're not being lied to? Love you. Eat the rest of this crust.
That sounds so bad.
That's all Fluffy gets is the crust. I ate the whole pizza, and all she gets is the crust. That's why she's eating it so fast. Someone's gonna come in at this stream and say, that's all you let her have was 1 piece of crust? Yeah, that's the only thing I'm gonna let her eat. Fluffy, eat the crust. You don't get anything else. You should be thanking me for that last pizza crust.
Yeah, no, you should do that as you cut that video and put it as a short.
I'm gonna put that as a short. I just saved that 49-second short. I felt so much better 2 weeks when I was in Da Nang in March. So shockingly, I think, you know what's crazy? I either don't lose weight or I slightly gain weight being in Vietnam. Even though I walk 10,000 steps, right? I walk 10,000 steps usually a day, and I eat Vietnamese food mostly, right? I feel like I don't lose weight in Vietnam compared to the USA. How do you explain that? Now, in the USA, I don't go to restaurants. I cook for myself, but I eat lots of meat and I eat some carbs. Now, I don't eat the rice. I eat very little rice in the USA, and I don't eat eggs in the USA. But I eat a lot of meat and I eat a lot of carbs. I eat meat and carbs in the USA, and I cook for myself. I almost never go out, but I almost never walk 10,000 steps in the USA. I always drive my car. So how do you explain that? But to be fair, I did have desserts in the USA a lot. I would make a homemade something. Like I would make a pan of brownies, and then I would eat one or two that night. The next night, eat one or two. The next night, eat one or two until that pan was gone. So it's not that much different. I think the biggest difference would be not going out to restaurants in the USA, and I would mostly cook. But the big difference is in the USA, I didn't walk. I rode my car everywhere. It could be the rice. It could be the rice. That's the one thing that I eat lots of here. But I would say sugar-wise, I probably eat the same sugar here that I did in the USA. The only big difference is the rice. So in 1 month in Asia, I eat more rice in 1 month in Asia than I do in 1 year in the USA. The foods in America are poison. I would make homemade brownies. Brownies homemade are very, very cheap. Or, worst case scenario, you go buy a box of brownie mix at the dollar store. I would either eat white rice or no rice, but I wouldn't eat brown rice. Brown rice is absolutely terrible. And I think, yeah, let's get the bill. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but the husk has all the arsenic on it. I think the brown husk has all the arsenic. So rice has a good amount of arsenic in it. But I believe all the arsenic is on the brown husk of the rice. Yeah, I think all the arsenic is on the brown husk. That's the hard part though. So here, let me pay. Hold on, give me 1 second. How much Fluster? 200? Or 91? So basically 200. That's never affected me, Baller. The schedule that I eat here is the same schedule in the USA. So in the USA, I would eat dinner at the same time. I would eat desserts, and it made no big difference one way or the other. Yeah, so brown rice, this is the thing. Brown rice is really not everything, unless I'm wrong and everyone else is wrong. Brown rice, that contains all the arsenic. There's a lot of arsenic in rice, and it contains all the arsenic in the brown husk of the rice.
Let's take a cab.
I agree with that, Jimmy. I think all the walking, Fluffy, I want to show them the neighborhood one quick time.
Okay.
A pound of cake. Brown rice is really bad for you. I agree. But remember, Baller believes I want to sell you a bridge model. Like, hey, you got to get grass-fed. It's $20 a pound compared to $5. Hey, eat brown rice. It's so great for you. And it's not. It's not. So this is kind of some of the things that I'm saying, that this is why Baller spends a lot of money on stuff, because he believes the big food companies telling you, eat brown rice, eat this. Come on. Thank you. Thank you. You too. Thank you. I just bought brown rice. So I'm not an expert. I'm not gonna, hold on, let me log out of the Wi-Fi. But everybody that I hear, they say, so I didn't know this, but rice has a lot of arsenic in it. So some people say it's from the soil, some people it's naturally, right? But most of the arsenic is on the brown part of the husk on the outside. So you guys, if all this is true, which so many scientists and nutritionists say, all the arsenic is on the outside of the rice, on the brown husk. That's the theory of why Asians husk their rice and make it white, is because there's so much arsenic on it. Now, if that's really true, I can't say. I'm not a scientist, but that's what a lot of people say. I'm in the boat that after COVID and years ago of governments lying to you and telling you this and telling you that, you never know what's true anymore. Like, people grew up, oh, eat the food pyramid, 3 bowls of cereal and all this, and then we found out that's a lie. We grew up, Christopher Columbus discovered America. That's a lie. Like, the world is based on so many lies, and then after 20 or 30 years, we find out, wait a second, that's wrong. Wait a second, that's wrong. Remember, they used to tell us butter is bad. They used to tell us eggs are bad. They used to tell us don't use lard, use vegetable oil. That's wrong. So why does anyone believe what the government or anybody tells you about food now? You got to not listen to what they tell you. You got to just figure out which one makes more sense, and you have to guess. Eating white rice is basically eating sugar. I agree with that. Japanese eat tons of white rice, mostly Asia. I don't think rice is the issue. Brown takes a bit more water and time to cook using my rice cooker. White rice has always been healthier. There's only 1 to 2 grams of fiber difference. That's also what Fluffy, is this where we came from? Yeah, we came from this way. You could eat 5 pounds of brown rice. It's not enough to hurt you. They lied about COVID too. I just spoke on that. Asians can get away with eating a lot of white rice. I don't agree with that. So I don't know how Vietnamese stay skinny. You guys cannot say they walk a lot. Vietnamese do not walk. They ride their scooter everywhere. What kind of coffee do they drink? Condensed filled, sugar filled coffee. So I don't know how it is. I think it's more of genes, but they don't have great diets, a lot of them. And they don't ever walk. Everyone rides a scooter. If there's a Vietnamese that needs a ride from here down the street, he'll jump on a scooter and get off right there. Let's go this way, guys. They don't eat a lot of junk food. You should look at the studies by the Japanese. You should look at the study by Japanese Imperial Navy as their white rice, I thought he said white rice based diet. Well, lots of rice and never had a problem with it. If it's more, I eat more pasta. Let me see how much my battery has. Oh, good news, guys. InDrive does work in Nha Trang, so that is awesome. InDrive was way cheaper than Grab or even Zon SM. So remember, we've been using Zon SM in the other 2 cities because it didn't have InDrive. Here's the price comparison. Grab was like 81,000, Zon SM was 71,000, and InDrive was 46,000. So basically half for InDrive here. So good news, they do have InDrive here. What's up, doggy? So this is the neighborhood. This is northern Nha Trang. This is an hour and 20 minutes walk from where we live. And I'm going to show you the community. So look around, and everything here, it's kind of like a gated community. That's the best way I can describe it. Everything is here. Like, your whole life is based on these 4 blocks. So look around, and I'm going to show you where Marcus lives. He basically says he does not leave this 5-7 minute walk, maybe once every 3 weeks. So I'll show you how this is. It's very different. I've never seen this style of a neighborhood in Vietnam. Man, I'm choking on something. My spit, maybe. So this is the produce market. He said there's not really any night markets or produce markets. This is kind of their replacement for it, right? So now here's 6 Muang Tans. There's one here, one here. They're all like 40 stories. One there, one there, one there. Now you come down from your apartment and all this stuff is here. So there's your food house, family cafe, mini mart, a restaurant,
Also bars.
bars. So like people don't ever leave their neighborhood. They stay in this 7-minute square area and every little thing is here. So we would never get our 10,000 steps in if we lived in this area because everything is here. So there's your spots. Here's another convenience store. So everything is here. There's a pizza place. There's a laundry place, grocery store, this. Here's the 4th Muang Tan. Here's the 5th Muang Tan. There's the 6th Muang Tan. And this is all like a Russian and Vietnamese neighborhood. Koreans make up the 3rd amount of people that live here. But he said he basically lives up here. He comes downstairs, grabs his food here, goes to dinner here, goes and gets lunch here. And he lives in this area the whole time. 90% of the time, he never leaves this area. So, where'd you go, Fluffster?
Nothing. I was just looking at the claw machine.
What's up, Brad? There's pros about Nha Trang that I like, and there's cons. And the cons, to me, outweigh the pros. But if I was gonna live in Nha Trang, I would live in this area compared to the main Nha Trang area that everybody sees on YouTube and the mall and everything. This is an unheard of neighborhood. But the thing that I kind of particularly don't like, I don't like living in this tiny radius for my whole life. I don't think Fluffy likes that either. Do you like living here and basically doing every single aspect of your life? This is, I mean, literally from here all the way to here. Most people never come out of here. Let's show them these little street carts though. They lost entire battleship. I fast every Sunday. How long would someone fast for? You might be in insulin resistance. 15-minute city. I wouldn't want to be in an area with this amount of population density like An Thuong. No, I think it's more crowded than An Thuong. It's crazy because this is a tinier area, but I feel that this is more population dense than Vietnam. You have all these street carts, but all these are owned by Russians. So there's a pasta bar, there's a Georgian food place, grocery stores, pharmacy. There's a moon milk guy. So I just do one a day, 3 days. There is in-drive here. There isn't any plan, but unknowingly. So here's some more street carts. There's the moon milk. Fluffy, let's go in here. I'll show them the quick little, not moon milk, the other store, and then we'll go out and then we'll order the in-drive. Pharmacy. So everyone lives out here. This is kind of your neighborhood. You come downstairs and everything is here. So everything is here. There's literally 6 different Muang Tan buildings here. The good thing is these are very cheap. You can get cheap 2-bedroom apartments. The downside is it's an insane 23-hour bus visa run from Nha Trang. The other part is this is nowhere near the main part of Nha Trang where everybody goes and where everybody likes. This is an insanely huge Russian population. All the menus are in Russian. So if you guys like, and Marcus almost never eats Vietnamese food. He said he eats Vietnamese food once every 3 weeks. But what he likes about this place is that he comes here and there's so many Western cheap food. So he'll go and get burgers one day. He'll get pizza the next day. He will get pasta the next day. He'll get Georgian food or Russian because he doesn't eat Vietnamese food very, very rarely. And this area is for that. So shockingly, Vietnamese food in this area is more expensive than Western food. How insane is that? Sounds like a little BGC. Would you call this BGC?
It's too low. Sorry, BGC is more of a hike.
But the same kind of setup?
No.
Because BGC is kind of everything's in the same region, but I think
Yeah, but
BGC
it's
is
more
bigger
spread
too.
out.
Yeah. This is just basically a
There's
5-minute
no
walk.
complex, yeah.
A lot of info on how to do it. BGC, it's similar, but it's a tinier, compact version with, instead of being American style, it's Russian style, and it's not the quality. But it's similar. It's similar. There's a lot of similar aspects. And then you have grocery stores like this, though. This is great for people that don't like to eat Vietnamese food, like to eat cheap Western options, that like to go have a beer and drink cheap here and live in a Russian non-Vietnamese neighborhood, live on a good budget, and are willing to do the 23-hour overnight, 23-hour bus visa run. That's who this neighborhood is great for. Now, if you're a budget guy like me that loves to eat Vietnamese food, loves the short visa run, then this is not a good option for me. Happy Easter. It's not Easter yet. Come on. We still got 3 more hours. Where would you recommend my first time to Thailand? I love Bangkok. Bangkok is always going to be my favorite city in Thailand. I've been to Bangkok, I've been to Chiang Rai, and I've been to Chiang Mai. Fluffy, are you going to get any snacks or anything?
I don't see any.
I thought this is the place where you wanted to get something.
I thought like you want something
What about moon milk?
we can check. What's this?
BGC is like the American made up neighborhood in Manila. It's like the Western America USA version of Manila. It's like a expensive catering to Western American neighborhood in Manila that's has
Really
everything.
American, but it's like more of upscale Singaporean type.
I say it's Western. They have Western restaurants, and it.
Oh, look at that. It's 30%.
Wow, what is that? I don't even know what that is, Fluster.
Egg cake.
Yeah, so if you guys never wanted to walk, you only wanted to walk 3 or 4 minutes to go get every aspect of your life, this would be perfect. If you like cheap Western food, this is the place you like. If you don't mind doing the 23-hour bus run, this is your place. Too many tourists? Well, Bangkok is the most traveled tourist city in the world. And remember, I don't drink alcohol, I don't party, I don't do anything crazy, but I love Bangkok, which kind of, if you would guess, you would think I would hate Bangkok, but I love Bangkok. I love Bangkok's vibe. I love Bangkok's food, their street food, even their mall food is good. I love 7-Eleven to be able to go in and get your convenient stuff. I love taking the BTS. I love so many things about Bangkok. The only thing I don't like about Bangkok is it costs about 20 to 30% more than living in Da Nang. So that's the big downside from Bangkok and Da Nang. Plus, you only get a 60-day tourist visa compared to a 90-day tourist visa in Vietnam. I also don't believe that myth. I'll never believe that myth, and no one can convince me. We're gonna have to disagree. What did they say? You gotta agree to disagree. I will never believe the theory of eating at a certain time of the night is worse. I think that's an old wives' tale. So I don't believe that, and I know some of you guys are gonna believe that. Some of you guys aren't. I will never believe that theory, though. Here's the moon milk. So any of you guys are interested? Fluffy, I thought this was a lower class beat up moon milk. None of our moon milks look like
This.
You want to try that?
27. Like beer.
I guess grab one then, Fluffy.
I don't know. I'm thinking 'cause
How much is that? Yeah, get one, I guess. So moon milk is basically the same prices. I don't know if it, but if you would tell people facts, baller, I think you would be wrong about stuff because I know people that do the carnivore diet eat at any time of the day, any time of the night. They don't follow the calories in, calories out. They eat tons of calories and they shred weight like crazy. They fast for 16 hours and they eat bacon, cheeseburgers, steak, and they eat 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 calories at 10 o'clock at night and they lose weight. So I don't believe that theory. Why do sumo wrestlers gain weight? Look it up. They eat huge meals. For being huge, Metropolis, Bangkok's is only 20% more expensive than Nang. I don't agree with that. I think it's minimum 20%. I think it's probably closer to 30%, especially if you live the same lifestyle in Da Nang that you would in Bangkok. Like, I bet it's closer to 30%. Like if you live
Just that and
same price. So if you lived in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom like we live in Da Nang, it would be astronomically high in Bangkok to get apples to apples comparison of what we get in Da Nang. Oh yeah, I agree with that. I think if you stop sugars and carbs, you will lose weight. I agree with that 100%. Speaking of carbs and bread, what do you see, Fluster? Shenzhen is like 200% more expensive. Carnivore is 0 carb, keto is low carb, and 50 a grant if you know what keeps you in ketosis. Okay, 30 makes sense. I thought you heard. I said at least 20 to probably 30%. You could, if you're a really, really, really good budgeter and really lucked out, I think you can probably maybe get it down to 20%. But I think it's probably more realistic 25 to 30%. And for me, that's not worth it. The only two reasons. Wow. The only two reasons that really keep me out of Bangkok compared to Da Nang, because both of those are probably, as of right now, my two favorite cities, Da Nang and Bangkok. But the deal breaker, it looks different. The two differences that keep me out of Bangkok is 20 to 30% more expensive in Bangkok and the 60-day visa compared to the 90-day visa. Because in Bangkok, I would have to do 6 visa runs. In Da Nang, I would only have to do 4. And especially with two things, in doing 6 visa runs, you're going to get flagged by immigration. Immigration is much tougher in Thailand than Vietnam. And then the other thing is you're going to spend more money there. So it's a lot tougher. And they might reduce the visa down to 30 days only. That's a lot of talk that's going to happen very soon. All those diets have 0 sugar. I agree. I think sugar is terrible. Now, I'm not in denial about that. I know that's because if you ask Fluffy, I don't eat that much food at all. I eat very normal portions. My deal breaker is the carbs and the sugar, but I don't eat huge portions. I eat very normal size or smaller portions. But then I have a caramel ice blend, and I have 2 cups of rice, and I have bonnet with a big loaf of baguette bread. So nothing there, Fluffy?
No.
So what about if you get hungry or want a dessert tonight?
I don't think so.
I want something.
What do you want?
I don't know.
Check it now. I tried to look for bread.
I still like Philippines more, but I can see how Da Nang. I don't understand how people like Vietnam.
You see what, croissant?
I don't know. I don't see how people choose the Philippines unless their main goal is 2 things.
Did you get the custard thing?
Okay. I do not see how people choose the Philippines over Vietnam or Thailand unless they absolutely need English and they absolutely need the 3-year long visa without leaving the country. But the food is worse in the Philippines. The internet is worse in the Philippines. The electricity situation is worse in the Philippines. Cost of living is higher in the Philippines. Transportation is worse than in the Philippines. The size of your apartment is much smaller, but you still pay a lot more. And things are constantly out of stock. So unless, yes, get it, Fluffy. Unless you guys absolutely need English and you're trying to meet English speaking women and you don't ever want to do a visa run and you want to stay in the country for 3 years without getting on a plane, that's the only people that I see that choose the Philippines over that. But there's absolutely nothing in the Philippines that beats Vietnam or Thailand besides the English and the 3 years staying in the Philippines. 2 cups is over the course of a day, though. It's not like I sit down and eat 2 cups at one time. I eat a cup either at lunch and a cup at dinner, usually. English-speaking kids, I have no clue. I guess go to English-speaking countries or places where that they have that. Look at all the Russians are here. Fluffy's looking at the... Tell her, JV, this is a bad bottle. That's not glass, that's plastic. But look, that huge bottle of beer is 18,000 for a huge bottle of beer. But it is in plastic bottle. How crazy is that? Beer in a plastic bottle. But for 80 cents for a liter of beer. Fluffy, what are you looking at? Watching it grow?
I don't know if which is better, because like the other one is a green bottle and this one is like...
Just pick one, Fluster.
Let's get the...
See, even JV said cut back on plastics. She had choice between plastic or plastic, and she chose the plastics. Let's see if the milk's still on sale. We came in here earlier today, and there was milk for sale. Let's see if it's still... Nope, it looks like everyone jacked the milk. The bigger milks were 50% off. Now the smaller milks are 50% off. 450 milliliters for 11,000. So yeah, that's an okay deal, but it's a small portion. They had these big ones were 50% off. They were like 20,000. If you want to meet women, don't become a teacher in China. They hold you in high regard, but at the same time, you don't make enough money to woo them. If you want to... Sure, Fluffy. What was I gonna say? Yeah, that's another thing. So a lot of you guys think the grass is greener in Asia with women, but you guys don't understand. There's a huge kind of wide perception that in Asia, whatever one you pick, in Asia, it's weird. So in Asia, you gotta make money for women to like you. There is, especially in a place like China and even probably Vietnam, they could care less about, I'm not gonna say care less, but if you look average, but you make good money and you have status, they will love you a lot more or love to be with you a lot more than if you were a nice looking guy that was broke. Now in the USA, you guys are gonna say, oh, no. In the USA, a lot of women will choose nice looking guys over an older guy that makes good money. In USA, an older guy with money is a creepy old man. In Asia, an older guy with money is a dream. I have a beer once in a while, but I have one. It's so hard. It's so hard to all food storage and oh yeah, we know that. So you get an iced tea, they put it in a plastic cup with a plastic straw with a plastic lid and then put it in a plastic bag. So you get quadruple plastics. But that kind of stuff makes stuff very, very cheap. Because if you force them to get rid of plastics, what would their alternative be? I honestly don't know what they would go to. I don't know what they would go to from plastic. And it obviously would drive the charges up. But plastic, they put everything in plastic. If you say, oh, I wanted some soy sauce with my rice to go, they will pour plastic. They will pour soy sauce into plastic. If you want a soda, some places serve you sodas in a plastic bag. So plastic is a huge normal thing in the Philippines and in throughout Asia. I wouldn't say they're gold diggers, but I would say growing up, they are told you don't marry for love. Like USA, you fall in love with your Prince Charming. If he's a felon, or if he's poor, or if he's just a regular worker, it's where your heart takes you. In Asia, it's not about your heart. It's about you're marrying for your family. You don't want to have a boyfriend that doesn't have a good amount of money, because you'll feel ashamed going to your family and saying, oh, he's a garbage man. That doesn't really exist in the USA. You marry in Asian women in a lot of cases, not all, a lot, marry women for status. Status. Yes, let's order, Fluffy. Whereas in USA, that is not that big of a thing. I pay the premium for glass. Is there any attempt at recycling in Vietnam? Is there recycling in Vietnam, Fluffy? We know the old ladies come by and try to recycle, but I don't think there's no recycling bin in most people's houses and like, hey, separate the plastic from this. I don't think that exists. Yeah, it's crazy. Even I was shocked. I've been to Bangkok or Thailand a lot. I didn't know that in Thailand, there's still dowry. I heard it's pretty common that if you marry a Thailand woman, you pay their family. That's like insane to me. I would refuse that. Like, you guys already know I probably will never get married. But if someone came to me and said, hey, you got to pay my family, I'd be like, fuck no. Are you insane? I don't care if she was the best woman ever. I could not. Even if I had the money, I would say, no. This is not a transaction. Like, either you like me or you don't. I'm not paying. You're not a product. Looking for a rich Asian woman to marry me? I don't think so. I don't think Asian women in most cases, besides maybe the Philippines. Philippines is just on a whole different level. It's much more Western American thinking than Eastern. Huh? What? What, Fluffy?
50,000?
Put it down as low as you can.
I did 50.
40. Let's do 40. It'll tell you. Go back, Fluffy. It'll tell you it's too low. Always go with something extremely low. 40. So 46 is the lowest. So put 46. And then I think someone will pick it. And then if there's multiple choices, pick the one that's the closest. Hold on. 4 minutes. 6 minutes. What's the third one? Hold on. 1 minute. Oh, no. Yeah, pick the first one. There we go. Thailand and Cambodia still dowry. That's insane. That is insane. Can you imagine that? Paying a woman to marry, that's insane. So a lot of you guys love Thai women, but I don't know if a lot of guys know that you are probably or expected to pay for your Vietnamese wife. You would pay the family. That's crazy. No, I've never heard of a dowry in the Philippines. Like I said, it's Asian women, but they are the most different. They're probably the most Western culture Asian women. Fluffy, is there a dowry in Philippines to marry women? Or is it very uncommon?
No, there's not.
Do you know anybody that's ever had to do that?
No.
I don't think it's common.
But they do have what do you call that when you have an arrangement of like assets?
No, I'm talking about you pay a woman's family to marry them. No.
I never.
I would say the big difference is they are Westernized. They're Westernized. They grow up speaking English in school from a young age. They love Western values. They are Western thinking. They think about love rather than success. If you're a broke guy or you're not a billionaire, you'll probably have a better chance of finding it in the Philippines, where those women will be broke with you. Then if you go to China, absolutely no way. If you go to Japan, probably no way. You're only going to have a chance if you're a foreigner and you make lots of money and you have good status. Help me out find a rich Asian. Help me out and find me one. Rich Asian ladies only marry rich men, the same as well, never pay a woman. A lot are, some aren't. If you can pay 25,000 US days, I can find you a beautiful Chinese. Paying to marry a woman is stupid. I agree. I would never. I can't make judgments for people, but in my mind, I could never do that. For the rest of my life, I would always wonder, did this lady marry me for me, or did she marry me for my money? Like, I just couldn't. I couldn't do that. I travel with 3 goats and donkeys when in Asia, and the women are all over me. South Korea, Japan, the Philippines, basically Western countries. Yeah, and I would say the Philippines is definitely the most Western. I mean, lots of people in South Korea don't even speak English. Japan, lots don't speak. Philippines, it's taught to them at a young age. Plus, they're much more Western. Their whole situation is Western. They watch Western movies. Like, I wouldn't really say South Korea and Japan are very Westernized. Now, maybe in certain situations, but not as much as Philippines. I would say that definitely some stuff like that happens, Code, but in my experience, the 5 years that I've been to the Philippines and the women that I met, never, ever, ever, ever once have I had any ask me for money or for the family thing. Never once, never once. So I have heard lots of people that I know have that happen to them, but never for me, never once. What is the number, Fluffster? Which one? Watch it, Fluffster. The beach? Ow. Whacked my shoulder. As far as I can tell, do the Russians there have a go-to dish? I think they eat a lot of Western. I think it's just a random. I don't think there's really one go-to. I think they kind of scatter. I think they love pizza. I think they love burgers. I think they love seafood. From my little experience here, I don't know if there's any like one go-to. I'm sure there's probably some favorites that some of them have, but I don't really think it's like, oh, we get this all the time. I kind of think it's a variety. In China, they have 12 years of mandatory English classes, and I don't understand that. I don't understand how they have mandatory stuff like that. And China's very, very low on English. I don't understand. How much is it, Fluffster? Wow, Fluffster's breaking out the wallet today. Huh?
I don't have money.
What do you have? If you don't have money, how are you paying, Fluffster? Earlier in my life, I dated a Chinese lady, and she broke up with me because I couldn't pay her bright price. What is a bright price? I think you dodged a bullet. I think you're very lucky. Can you imagine if that's what's expected just to get married? Imagine for the rest of your life what you're expected to do. So maybe some guys think, oh, I'll pay it one time. No, that's just that's the bait when you cast in bait into the pool, into the pond to catch a fish. That's just the first step. If it goes from there, then expect that you're going to be paying money a long time after that. Bright price? Dowry probably? Bride price. Oh, bride price. I see. Yeah, I couldn't do that. I could not do that. And then let me ask you guys this question. If you paid for your wife and you got a divorce, do you get a refund? I'm pretty sure you're guaranteed you don't. But I would say, hey man, what happened to my $25K that I paid? It didn't work out. That was a business deal. The business failed. What? You just married me and 6 months later you divorced me and you come out 25,000 richer and now you're going to marry someone else? Hell no. I would want at least something back. What's up, everybody? We're taking the end drive. Spent time there in Bangkok, looking to go back and visit Chang soon. Why don't women pay men to marry? I know, that's a great point, Kodiak. Why don't they pay men? That is a great point. Or why doesn't the higher social standard, like let's say the guy is a doctor and the woman's just like a stay-at-home lady, shouldn't the stay-at-home lady should be paying the guy that's a doctor because he's going to be making the money and he's the catch? Why is the doctor paying the woman? Like, I've never understood that. That's why I can never pay women for massages, or like some of you guys pay for happy ending. I go, you're just a regular lady that never went to college. You have nothing going on. You just don't do anything. I'm a college graduate. I'm funny. I'm charming. You should be paying me. Oh, you get 90% of it back? I did not know that. Wow, I am shocked. Look at this bridge. So you got to cross this bridge to get over to this one. I'm actually shocked about that. Divorce is illegal in the Philippines. I wonder how that impacts how women... it doesn't matter. So that's why there's so many single moms in the Philippines. A lot of the dads go and skip over to another island. So it impacts a lot. So there's a lot of young single women in the Philippines that have kids, and the dad that they're married. So, and you can go to jail. You can get arrested if you're with a married woman. So there's a lot of problems in that situation. Fluffy, can't you go to jail if you're with a married lady in the Philippines?
Yes.
You can go to jail.
Once your wife has a proof that you're going out with another lady, you both go to jail.
Wow, you both go, even an American?
Yeah.
If you're an American, so don't think like, oh, that wouldn't happen to me. You guys can go to jail. Yeah, see, that's the thing.
What's worse with once you're a foreigner and you marry in the Philippines, you get divorced in your country, but you marry in the Philippines, you don't I think the only thing that you can file is legally separate. And it takes years.
That's the thing about China. China, it's so weird. It's like I told you, it's not about love. It's not, oh, I met Prince Charming. It's, hey, our family knows this guy that's going to be a doctor. He's a good match for you. We don't care that you don't like him. He's going to be a status symbol.
They have a term for the gaoshi. It's like your parents or your family friend looks someone for you.
Yeah, that's such a weird.
It's a setup.
It's so weird. It's so weird. Like, hey, yeah, this person, like, they treat you like you're a commerce, like you're a product. Like, hey, you would be good combination with this person. I don't care that you don't like them. You're gonna get married to them because they're a doctor. Really in China.
No, in China or like Chinese people. All Chinese people does that, but only like because there's a certain age that you have to marry. Like as much as possible, the younger you are, you get married because for them, like if you're old and it's hard to conceive when you're older, so they want you to marry young.
Fluffy, you'd be bad in China because you're so old.
Yeah, I know.
You're very lucky you don't live in China, Fluffy.
No, I mean...
You would be in trouble in China. Big trouble in little China.
No, but like even Filipino Chinese are like...
There goes that word again, save face. That is an Asian thing. I hate that. Hey, I don't want to do this. I want to save face. I will hurt myself and punish myself financially to not rent a place out to save face, to not rent it for cheaper. I will never, to the day I die, never understand saving face. It's an Asian thing, and it's so backwards. They would hurt themselves financially to save face, and it's terrible. Married women and married men. Having boyfriends and girlfriends is an open secret in China. There's tons of videos how the older women in China, they're getting left out, speed dating, married, begin to drink or do drugs, where an unhappily married is marriage is about control.
They have casinos.
Ooh, they got casino. Maybe I go bet all my life savings on red. I'll either be spending the night at a $500 Timothy hotel, or I'll be sleeping on the beach if we go to the casino and I bet it all on red. I had a student who had a boyfriend who was really nice for her, like for years after college. She married some random dude for money. That's Asia, man. That's Asia. It's so weird, but it's weird. In Asia, most Asians marry for their family rather than themselves. It's so weird. Asians are not, in a large amount, independent decision makers. They do things to not dispose their family. It's so backwards. As an American, I'll never understand it. Fluffy looks like a rich Chinese lady. She does? Sheraton. There's the Sheraton Fluffster. The haircut makes Fluffy look rich.
Thanks.
Well, she better start coughing up some money because I haven't seen any.
Here.
The Fluffster. The Fluffster. We're getting back to our neighborhood. Look at how big these hotels are, though. This reminds me of Bangkok more than Ho Chi Minh. This is the main strip. We've actually been riding on the main strip the whole street, but it's a 20-minute ride from where we just were to down here. And this is the much better part of the beach. The mall's on the beach down here. The beach is nice. All the big hotel resorts are here. But this area, besides hotels, are a great price down here.
Noticed, well, this is only starts here.
Yeah.
It only starts here.
But food here is shockingly very, very expensive. So expats don't live down here. People pop in here for 3 to 5 days and then they leave. This is not a livable area. Even though it's the best area, you can't, a budget or even a normal price guy could not live here in this area and afford it. You would spend double the amount, in my opinion, living the same life as Da Nang in this area. How on my phone this quality looks good. Is the quality good for you guys, or is it grainy? But I'm shocked, Fluffy. Look how good my quality on my phone looks. I don't know if it's all the lighting, but man, the phone's quality looks awesome right now.
It's the light of the city.
I wonder if you guys see the good quality that I see. There's the beach though. It's grainy. What the hell? Man, you guys are missing out. Awesome quality. When I'm looking at it, it's awesome. The lighting is perfect. The guy holding the camera is perfect. Very grainy? Wow. Oh, you know what? I'm looking. I got H+. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, so even in our hotel, it's H+. That's crazy. So for some reason, the internet is kind of bad in this area. I'm on H+. I'm not even on 4G. I'm not even on 4G. I'm on H+. I don't know why. I apologize, but I don't know. Maybe Vinaphone doesn't have good towers out here. Maybe... Fluffy, what do you have on your phone quality? Or your signal? Let's see what Fluffy has. What is your signal?
4G.
4G. You know what? Probably have to reset my phone. But I can't reset it because then I'll have to turn off the live stream. So probably what happened is When I was back there, I was on H plus also, and I probably should have reset the phone. But if I reset it, I have to end the live stream. Unless, you know what I might do, guys? I hate to do this. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm on H plus. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna end the stream. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna restart my phone, and I think I should be able to come back to this stream. So give me a minute. It's gonna restart. It's probably gonna take 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back to this stream. So I won't end it, and hopefully you guys will come back because it shouldn't be at this. Fluffy's at 4G, and we got the same stuff, but I'm at H. What am I at? H plus. So give me a second. We are back. We are back. Sorry about that, guys. I hope that you guys are still here. You're just getting in the hotel. Let me know if the signal is any better. We are back. We are back. We are back. So let me know if it's better at least. Ciao. Do they have casino over there? They have a casino. Here's the buffet area, guys. So this is where we eat our buffet. Better quality. Yeah, for some reason it just didn't fix it. So now when I reset it, it went back to 4G. We're at our hotel. This is the buffet area. We will be back down. Oh, Fluffy, gecko. There's a gecko right there. Look, there's a gecko. I'm scared of those. No matter what, no matter how good the quality is, whenever we get in this whenever we get in the elevator, it always kicks us off, like at the third floor. There is a. Do you want to show Fluffy? Maybe I'm going to show them. I'm going to show you guys the pool table, the gym.
If it's still open.
It should be. Better quality. Geckos are harmless. Yeah, as long as they don't touch me. Here we go. We'll go take a limb and the pool table. Play pool, Fluffster. So they have a gym, they have a pool, they have a pool table, they have a foosball table, they have a free breakfast buffet, and I'll show you guys the room for all the people that haven't seen it. And it cost us $12 a night. So 12 bucks gets you a buffet, a huge pool, a gym, a pool table, a foosball table, and they even have a spa, but for some reason we could not get into the spa. Here's the gym entertainment. Let's show you guys really quickly. Nobody's in there, that's good. So here's the gym. There's the gym. Here is the gym. And here's my favorite part of the gym, the free water. That's where we fill up our water right there, guys. Now, Fluffy's already in here. And then this is all table. Free water, of course, free water. Food all table. And let me show you guys. You know I'm a pool shark, right, guys? You guys know I'm a freaking pool shark. Let's set you guys up over here. And where's the ball, Fuster? There we go. Chalk it up. Great games room. Yeah, there's actually a good amount of amenities here. Look at this. Let me get a little GoPro view. Let me try not to hit the camera when I hit this ball. There you go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Come back. Come back. Let me see. That yellow ball side pocket. Damn. There we go. Let's see if I can even make one ball. Let's see it. Let's see it, guys. Let's try to take this yellow all the way up. Damn. I accidentally hit the wrong button. Oh wait, okay, I got this one. This one I got. This one I for sure got. Let's see. There we go. Wait, what is this?
What?
I don't know, something.
Maybe it got removed.
It's a what?
It got removed.
Okay. Looks like you've had too much beer. Yeah, I had too much root beer. I drank about a gallon of it. So anyone want to discuss women more? I think we covered that. I think we covered that pretty good. Let's see. Let's see if I can make another one. Let's see. Damn. Let's try to lock these in. But they don't have AC in here? Damn. They do?
Stay longer?
Huh? No. I'm just gonna hit a couple balls in. Damn. Damn. I'm a pool shark. There we go. You ever seen the movie? Look, Fluffy. I'm doing it behind the back. I wish you guys can see this. Stop laughing, Fluffy. Why are you laughing? Definitely not a pool shark. Okay, I'm more like a pool dolphin. A pool dolphin. But remember, I probably haven't played pool in, I don't know, 2-3 years. It's not about, it's about effort. You know why? Because my eyes are so bad. I see double. Oh, I made the white one go in. I win. Let me hit one more ball and then we'll wrap this up and go up to the room. Scratch yourself. Let me just see how many I can knock in at once. Oh, I know you guys like, oh, look. Thank you, sir. Told you I'm a pool shark. Told you I'm a pool shark. You guys wanted to doubt me, didn't you? Oh, I shanked it. That's like a kicker missing an extra point. Let me try to take that one all the way down. I'm gonna try to sneak that one down. Yeah. Fluffy, I think you're jinxing me. There we go.
Let's play football.
I can't play, I'm hot over here, Fluster.
Just
He wants to play. Yeah, this is the pool hall in the... So look, this is the 4th floor. The 4th floor has the foosball table, the pool table. There is a gym right here, the gym. There is a pool downstairs. There's a huge pool downstairs, free breakfast buffet. And on the 3rd floor, there is a spa. So it does have good amenities. Oh, here we go. Here's the AC. Fluffy, how do I turn this on?
the gray one.
But what do I hit?
The gray one. Just press the gray one.
Every single button is gray. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yes, who are you guys gonna take your bet on? Who are you gonna put your money down on? Oh, the lights on the balcony would have just went off. They go off at 10. Ow, I just whacked my foot.
Fluffy,
Fluffy, this is the white ball.
is this all the balls?
Yeah, we don't have Fluffster. 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 How do you know this wasn't a decoy? You guys don't know. Maybe I'm playing it up. Ever seen Men Can't Jump the movie? Maybe I was fooling you guys. Actually, the AC feels good. There's actually a conference room here too, Fluffy, remember? So this place is good. If you guys like amenities, this hotel is good. This is $12. I mean, for the amenities, it's pretty damn good. You get a foosball table, a pool table, a gym, a conference room, a free buffet, and a huge pool on the first floor. And it's $12. You get a balcony on your room. So it's actually a pretty good deal. I'm the decoy. Watch, I'm like, what's the best pool player in the world? Anyone know that guy's name? Who?
He's a Filipino guy.
Fluffy, come on. Let's see what he does. The ball, Fluffster. Just hit the freaking ball, Fluffster. No, you don't. Let's see what she does. No. Internet, there we go. We're back up. Puffy, how are you holding it?
I don't know, how do you hold it?
Not like that.
How?
It's like you're holding the pool stick like I hold chopsticks.
Like that? Like that?
You're like, your stick is all wobbly. Like it doesn't even look like it's gonna go straight.
Again. I don't know how to play this.
That's the perfect clip. That's what I'm leading with. Again. My God, Fluffster.
1, 2, 3.
Oh my God.
1, 2, 3.
Sit down.
We're close.
Oh, you're close. Just let's... Look, she scratched. Here we go. This is my favorite part.
That's crazy. I don't know how.
The guy's a hater. He's hating on this world champ pool player. You just missed it, Tim. I just hit every single ball in at once. I whipped the Fluffster. Let's go, Fluffy. Let me put the GoPro away. Thank you. What time does this open?
6 a.m.
Oh, 6 o'clock, okay. We seen Monday, not the weekend. Saturday, Sunday, no open?
No. They have a holiday 3 days.
Oh, okay. Holiday. Okay, come on. Diane is terrible at pool. Yeah, I already told you that. Just tell it's okay. Hey, guy, it's okay. It's okay. Let it play. We'll turn the lights off for you guys. I can't wait to get in that AC room. Clean the room? They didn't clean the room. We told them no. Remember, you told them just towels and water.
They said they will go back.
No, they didn't. Stop, Fluffy. Nobody likes a lying bad pool player. Not only are you a liar, but you're a bad pool
You
player.
know what? It's so funny. We have a pool table, but I never played pool.
We are in my hotel in Nha Trang, Vietnam. Adonde? What is Adonde? The only Adonde I know is J.A. Adonde, sports reporter that used to be on Around the Horn TV show. So, there is a spa here. That's the buffet. That's the buffet where we sat today. That's the pool table that we were just at. That is the, that's the gym. We had lunch for we had lunch for about 130, which kept us under our budget. But then I paid for everybody's drinks, so I blew the budget. And then we had dinner for 190. So I definitely did go over the budget today. But I did a good deed. I paid for everybody's drink, so I feel good. You missed all the fun. We are back now. We've been out all freaking day, Fluffster. We've been out all freaking day, Fluffster. But it feels so damn good in here. Let's see if our lights are on the balcony.
No, remember, it's 10. They turn it up
It's
at 10.
just 10:03.
Yeah.
It's just 10:03, Fluffster. The AC feels damn good. Oh, we've been out all freaking day, Fluffy. What time did we go out? 2?
Yeah.
We've been out for a full day. We've been out for a full day. Tomorrow is our last full day in Nha Trang. And then we got to buy our tickets tonight. I got to figure out where we're going on Monday. We still don't have any freaking... I think we're leaning towards Wien Yon for our last day, but I don't know. I just know that my wife would be freezing in that room. I love it. When I get cold, I will cover up in the blankets, Bo. But I'm the type, I would love to be cold and then put a blanket on rather than be hot and be sweating. The humidity gets me here. Even when we were playing that pool, man, that pool room was hot.
No, but we didn't turn on the AC.
I could never get used to this, man. I don't care if I'm here for 50 years. I'll never get used to this Southeast Asian humidity. I can't even walk around my house, and the expense is crazy. Oh, yeah, I understand. Too far. I am from one of the most expensive places in the USA, in California, in the Bay Area. So, got to be cold and cover with a top sheet. Yeah, I'm the type, even in the wintertime in USA, I would sleep with the fan on, and then I would cover my whole self with a blanket and even sleep with my head under the blanket, but with the fan on. Biggest difference with Da Nang, cost of living,
This central area.
there's no central area like this in Da Nang. So the area that we were in today that you guys might have seen, that's going to be the closest to kind of an An Thuong, kind of, but it's like 2 square blocks, maybe 3 square blocks. But it's going to be Western heavy, and then it's going to be much higher cost of living in the prime area where we're at. The visa run's going to suck. And what else is the big differences, Fluffy? Hotter. It's hotter here. It looks more fancy and glitzier. Yeah, it's definitely hotter and more humid. It's definitely hotter and more humid here. If you live in the main area where we're at right here, it's definitely going to cost you more money. and much, much, much less English, much, much more Russians. And let me think off the top of my head. Every menu's in Russian. Um, I don't know what else. That's the big stuff. Can foreigners put up claw machines? We have seen a few claw machines. Yeah, I cannot sleep when it's hot. That's an absolute deal breaker for me. I hate the heat. I hate the heat. So people are blown away. Like, how can you live in Asia, man? It's so hot. And I go, I don't know, man. I still don't know how I do it. Let me log into the Wi-Fi because the Wi-Fi will work better. Flufferama.
Fluffy, your sleeping shirt is here.
Thanks for telling me, Fluffy. Northern Nha Trang, the place to be. Uh, if you were maybe new, so imagine this. The Northern Nha Trang area that we went up to, imagine this, where Bikini Bottoms is, that area, so where Marcus lives, his neighborhood is basically like where the Moon Milk on An Thuong 2 is, up to about Kim's house, where Kim lives. That's his whole area, and every single thing is there. You do not leave that area, you stay in there. And imagine that being located probably like over by the airport, in that kind of an area. And if I was gonna stay here, so if I was gonna stay here long term, I would probably live in that area. I wouldn't live down here. But you are not gonna get the mall on the beach if you live up there. You are not gonna see the same nightlife. You are not gonna see the women that are down there. The mall on the beach is not gonna be down there. The beach is not going to have that beach walk. We really like the beach walk down here, but that's not up there, and it's going to be a different section of the beach.
Like going to the riverside, but
Marcus lives in a 7-minute square radius. He tells us sometimes he never goes past 7 minutes in 3 weeks, and he always eats Western food. That's why that area is set up if you only want to eat Western food at a cheap price. So I will tell you, probably the Western food is cheaper there than Da Nang, but the Vietnamese food there is more expensive. So it's kind of shocking. My wife gets more women than I do. Why is it more expensive when Da Nang is more popular? Because this is not a long-term livable city. Lots of the Russians and tourists fly in here for 3 days to 7 days, and they come here to blow money, and then they leave. So it's not an expat livable area. Where's my root beer?
cheers, guys.
What about mine? I want my beer, my root beer. This is traveling, blowing your daily budget, Will. Yeah, I know. Luckily, I will probably save a little bit of money when Fluffy leaves next month. So this extra money that I spent this month will probably balance out next month because Fluffy will be gone. So it'll kind of be a wash. It'll kind of be a wash.
This is not root beer.
It's not?
It's not.
What is it? That was beer in a plastic bottle. She got that giant plastic bottle beer, 18,000 or about 75 cents. What is it, Fluffy?
It's beer.
What?
It's beer.
Why'd you say it was root beer?
It says they're root beer.
Look and see if there's any alcohol. It was plastic cap on plastic bottle on plastic beer. Let me Google it. Any of you guys can speak Vietnamese or...
It's not. This is Russian.
This is Russian? Russians probably don't even have root beer. Why do you think this is root beer?
It says there root beer.
Where?
At the store.
Maybe it's like beer made from roots.
Flavor. Bread from
Fragrance for bread. There has to be an alcohol content. Do you guys know what this is? Maybe it's a big bottle of soy sauce.
It's Russian.
Take a Google Lens picture of it. Google Lens will bring up what it is. Google Lens.
It says
Google Lens it, Fluffster. Rat poison. Yeah, maybe this is rat poison. Go scroll up, maybe. But it's not Vietnamese, is it, Fluffy?
bread flavor, born in Vietnam by Cal.
Do Google Lens. Do you have Google Lens? Let me do Google Lens. Give me a second, guys. Because I don't drink alcohol, so I gotta make sure this isn't alcohol.
Water, purified rye, sugar, yeast.
Regal. Let me see Google Lens. Google Lens will tell me. Fluffy, let me see the bottle. Front. Don't move, don't move. Let me see. Russian food?
Mm-hmm.
What is this?
By Cal.
I don't know what it
Yeast,
is.
yeah. The ingredients is purified water, rye, sugar, yeast. Yeast?
I think it's
can
root beer.
be-
Let me see. I don't even know what the name of this is. What is the name? Is it Kvass Bakel?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Kvass Bakel. That's Russian, I think, but I don't know. Let me see. Let me see. Google Lens. Let me look this up. Puppy, what does it taste like?
Smells like honey too.
I think it could be sarsaparilla. Let me see. What is... Let me see. Let's see. Combination of traditional rough kvass and bakal. Fermented cereal-based drink with slightly sweet and sour taste. It's made from rye bread or malt that has very low alcohol content, typically less than 1%. So low that it's considered non-alcoholic in Russia and other countries. It's not... Bakal is dark brown non-alcoholic soft drink. So it's like a O'Doul's with like 1% alcohol mixed with Bakal, a dark brown soft drink. So it's like a soda beer. So Fluffy's gonna have 2 beers, and I get no root beer.
You want me to go down and
No, there's nothing. It's okay, Fluffster.
drink water?
Drink water. I'm allergic to water.
No chips.
Fluffy said, "Oh, that's root beer. Let's get root beer."
It says root beer there.
So I think it's so it's like Kaval Baskil. Kaval is like a malt bread, very, very low 1% alcohol. And then the Baskil or whatever is like a soda. So it's like a soda beer. It'd be like it'd be like mixing O'Doul's non-alcoholic beer with like a root beer. Like it's a mixture
It says
of 2
there
drinks.
root beer. So it's not root beer.
I think it is root beer, the second part, but it's like root beer mixed with a very low alcohol content beer.
There's
There's snow.
Written there alcohol percentage, but
It says it's usually less than 1% alcohol.
yeast, sugar, and rye. Water, yeast, sugar, rye.
All Asian women are become more masculine compared to even 20 years ago. There's no argument. Look at the workforce numbers. I would go sit on the balcony if we could turn on the lights.
I don't remember they turned it off.
I don't even think it comes on. Oh, fluffy, wuffy, wuffy, wuffy. I gotta charge my stuff. I gotta upload my files. Tomorrow is our last day. So, tomorrow is our last day in Nha Trang.
The whole day.
We have 1 full day.
Cheers to Nha Trang.
And let's go take a look. Let's go try to figure out. I have no clue where we're going from Nha Trang. What if we just never come back to Da Nang? What if we just abandon our stuff at our apartment and just keep going south forever? Maybe we're on the run. Open the blinds to the balcony? Yeah. But it is going to be hot outside, but it's okay. Maybe tomorrow night we'll go on the balcony. So let me take a look. Let me see what our options are. We have terrible time options to take the train. So let's look at Nha Trang. There's Nha Trang. Let's look up Du Tree. Du Tree. And then that date would be the 21st. Let's look at our terrible options. It's not a knock on Asian women. The trend is up globally, but some percentages have dropped in some countries. What's up, Earl the Pearl?
Hey, Earl.
So look, there is tons of seats on this train, but I don't know if you guys can see it. That train leaves at 2:30 in the morning. So there's a 2:30 train in the morning, 3:30 train in the morning, 4:30 train in the morning, and then the next one's not till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So our options is 4:30 in the morning or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Let me ask you guys. Should we do which train should we take? There's a 4 a.m. in the morning or a 2 p.m. in the afternoon. I get very little sleep. I'm going to honestly say I get about 6 hours of sleep. Sometimes I get 8. I usually go to bed about 2 or 3 in the morning, and then I will wake up about 9 or 10, usually in between 9 and 10. Not tomorrow. So tomorrow's our last day in Nha Trang. Monday, we got to start working our way back to Da Nang. I don't want to take a 10-hour train from Nha Trang to Da Nang. That's too long to be on a train for me. So we're probably going to go back either to the city we just came from, Tuy Hoa, but I don't think so. Or we're probably going to go back to Wien Yon, stay one more day, then wake up the next morning and take a 5-hour train back to Da Nang. We are making our way back to Da Nang on Monday, but we do not want to train. So we're probably going to use Wien Yon as a layover for one more day, wake up the next morning, and then do a 5-hour train back. Tomorrow is just going to be a regular day. Marcus said that he's going to be down here, so maybe we'll meet up with Marcus down in our neighborhood. We will do whatever we haven't done. Maybe, you know what? We haven't even went to the beach yet, Fluffy. We'll have to go to the beach tomorrow. We've never been to this beach yet. We'll go to the beach. We'll go pay for an expensive lunch, I think, here. Unless I have Fluffy hijack and take the plastic containers down to the buffet tomorrow.
Take what?
Rice and eggs. The hotel check-in time is 2 p.m. and I think checkout is 12. Tuy Hoa. Which beach was better? I can't judge it yet because technically we have still not been on the beach in the daytime in our area. We did go to the beach up in Marcus's area today. Compared Marcus's beach to the North Beach, which is better?
By water?
Just overall, which beach would you rather have? Marcus's side of the beach or Da Nang's beach?
Da Nang, I think.
She likes Da Nang, but we have not seen our beach in the day. We will go check out our beach in the day. We went up about a 20-minute drive up to the other part where Marcus lives. We've seen that beach today. It's more like a cove. Like,
it's hard because like the water in Da Nang is not clear because of the waves. The water here is calm and flat. And
Easter breakfast. Yeah, tomorrow's Easter breakfast. I don't know if that will make any difference tomorrow. Maybe they'll have better. What if they have no meat for tomorrow, Fluffy? I don't know. I don't know if Easter buffet is even celebrated. I'm pretty sure Easter is not celebrated here, but maybe there'll be something different.
Is. That's why they have it holiday. It's the same holiday as Philippines.
Going swimming at the beach or too cold? Yeah, I don't think it'll be cold. The thing that I worry about is if it's not see-through, I don't get past my ankles. Just the other day in Tui Hua, we had a dead dog wash up on the beach. So I am not getting in any water that I cannot see the bottom of. Where have you been in Europe? I'm looking at Tbilisi and Romania. Those two I have not been to, but I actually physically had tickets and hotels booked in both of those cities. I was going to Eastern Europe April 28th, 2020. 2 weeks before that, COVID canceled that trip. But I've been to 9 countries in Europe. I'll tell you the cities because they're all are in different countries. Paris, London, Lisbon, Madrid, Prague, Budapest, Austria, Vienna, the world's smallest country in the world, the Vatican, and why am I missing the night? Oh, and Rome, Italy. Vatican is the smallest country in the world. But I had a trip in 2020 planned for Ukraine, Georgia, Albania, Serbia, Croatia, Bulgaria, Romania, and I want to say another one. Can't remember. I had another one. Would you be visiting one or more cities on your way back to Da Nang? Yes, probably one city. I don't think two. But we can't, oh, I can't do a 10-hour train straight ride back. So we're going to leave Nha Trang, probably do a 3, 4, 5 hour train ride back. And then we'll stay in that city for one day. Next morning, we'll get on the train, do 5 hours back to Da Nang. Well, I didn't get eaten by a shark. Fluffy said it was missing body parts. She was like, come look, it's missing.
No head.
She said there's no head.
And like there's like scratch like that. I don't know. The body is open.
Oh, take a look. Here we go. I want to see which train you guys think I should take. You guys feeling you guys going to torture us and do the 4 o'clock. 2 p.m. Okay. So there's one good side and one bad side. So the 2 p.m. train, which sounds great, but that means we won't get to the city of Wien Yan until about 7 o'clock at night. So we'll miss the whole day and be able to do nothing in Wien Yan except for go eat dinner. Now, if we do the 4 o'clock in the morning, we will have the whole day to do something in Wien Yan, but we'll be up at the crack of freaking dawn to get on the train. So I probably should have said that first. Can you guide me a little on travel visa right now? I'm in Albania. I don't know about those visas out there. I only know about a few Asian visas that I've been to. So I should have made that clear. The 2 p.m. train won't get us into Wien Yan until about 7 o'clock at night. So all we'll do basically is eat dinner, hang out for a little bit, go to sleep, wake up and get on the train. If we do the 4 o'clock in the morning, we would get there about 8 o'clock-ish in the morning. And then we would have the whole day and the whole night. But we would have to get up extremely early. It's weird not seeing Dale randomly lurking around the stream. Any lifeguards on the Vietnam beaches? Not in the one that we looked at today. Tomorrow we'll look, but I don't think there is. If we take the 4 o'clock train, that means we got to get up at about 3 something in the morning. And Fluffy, if we do the 4 o'clock train, that means we won't do the breakfast buffet. We'll miss out one day of breakfast buffet. So we'll miss out on breakfast buffet, and we will have to get up at about 3 o'clock in the morning. And we'll get to Wien Yan early before check-in time. So there is cons and there is pros on each one. Take 4 a.m. sleep on the train. I can't. I can't really sleep on moving vehicles. I wish I was like Fluffy can pass out anywhere instantly. For me, I cannot fall asleep on moving vehicles. I'm cursed in that sense. Would be interesting to compare Eastern Europe to Asia as an expat destination. Um, I don't think Eastern Europe is going to be that cheap. And the down part is it's a little bit harder to travel because as an American in EU countries, we only get 90 days and then we have to be out of the EU for 90 days. So it makes it a lot harder. You got to be very, very I don't want to say vigilant, but you got to be very plan wise because Americans can only stay in the EU for 90 days. Then you have to be out of the EU for 90 days. And in Europe, there's only a few legit countries that are non-EU that you can go stay in. So it's kind of hard. Do you see lococs swimming at the beach? What is lococs? Locals. So, locals where we were up at today, which is northern Nha Trang, we did. But like I said, we have not seen this part of the beach. We have to go see this part of the beach tomorrow. This is the main beach where whatever on YouTube you guys would see, this is the area. Today where we went is way, 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 way up. And it's not the same that you guys would know. Most people, even Marcus says, no one knows about that area that if you've never been here and you don't even research. In that case, 2 p.m. Yeah, we'll take a look at the tickets tonight, and then I think we'll know by tomorrow. I think we might even have our tickets by the time we do a breakfast buffet stream. Oh, Fluffy, you're drinking your plastic beer. Fluffy has chips and a plastic beer in a plastic cup.
No, this is a glass.
And I have nothing.
I bought you custard bread.
I have water.
You have
Fluffy got my hope. She said, "Do you want root beer?" I said, "Yeah, sure, Fluffy, sure. Let's get root beer." And I said, "Okay, I'll have a root beer. I'll try it." And then that was her whole plan. She wanted 2 beers.
No, I didn't. It says root beer there.
Trip's not really about to end because technically we still have the rest of tonight. We have all day tomorrow, all night tomorrow. And then if we don't leave till 2 p.m., we still have Monday up till about 12 o'clock. So if we do the 2 p.m. on Monday, we still have all of tomorrow night, and then all of the morning to the afternoon on Monday. So it depends. We still have a whole full day and a whole full night. Fasting, no. I'm not going to do the carnivore until I get back to Da Nang and Fluffy's gone. It will be when Fluffy's gone. I will have to stay in just for the simple fact I have about 6 videos that I need to edit. So I will probably be missing in action for probably a week editing videos, and I will cook at home. I will make ground beef, eggs, and bacon for probably 5 or 6 days, however long it takes me to edit all those videos, and that's probably when I'll do the carnivore. She wanted to prank me. Yeah, I know. That's why she got the 2 beers. If you're interested in Asian women. I think a lot. I'm very curious. I never did this poll. Let me do this poll. I know I'm going to have to do this poll at different times because we only have, 20-something people in. But I want to put, do you live in the West? Where do you live full time? Let me put that. Where do you live full time? So full time, the definition of full time is the majority of time. So put it this way. If you guys live in the USA 7 months of the year and you live in Asia 5 months of the year, you would put the West. If you live in Asia or any other non-Western country more than 6 months, you would put outside of the West. So where do you live full time? The West or outside of the West? Let's see where most of you guys live. Because I feel like a lot of the guys, I maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like a lot of the people that are in my stream are people that have moved out of the West or the USA. So I would love to know what percentage of you guys still live in the West It's wherever you live the majority of the year. Because I just generally think all you guys are either out here in Asia or outside of your home country. But maybe I'm wrong. Because there's a lot of people that are like, hey, just spend money and then just go back home and make more. And for me, like my whole channel is based on people that have left the United States, have left the West. They're out in Asia full time. So that's who I usually think I'm talking to in my uploaded videos or the live streams. So when I get an idea of who my subscribers are or who you guys are, I generally think of you guys living in Asia or living outside of your home country. What if we're relocating this year? Well, it's already April, so unless you're gonna move in the next month or two, you would still put the West because we're already in the 4th month of this year. So unless you're moving next month or the month after, then you're gonna put the West because if you move here in 3 or 4 months, you won't live the majority in Asia. I live in Trump country. Carnivore is a good diet, Will. You got to watch your carbs and sugar or you get diabetes. I've done carnivore before. I have no problem with it. As long as I don't walk around and get tempted by the desserts and the caramel ice blend. Yeah, so Philip, I would consider Philip lives in the USA because I feel like he's in the USA more, slightly more than Asia.
No, but he's gonna be back in September.
But how long was he out here? January, February, March, April. He was here for 4 months. Okay, and then if he comes
September,
October, November, it depends on what part of September. He's going to be like 6 months and 6 months.
He comes here at September, October, November, December.
That's 3 months.
January.
No. We're doing January to December.
January.
It's going to be basically like 6 months and 6 months. Pretty damn close. Depending on what part of September he comes. And he says he's coming back, but is he really going to come back?
I think he's been coming.
I'm in Latin America, Niagara Falls. I'm in the Wild West coast of USA. What did you eat for dessert today? Actually, I did not eat dessert. I am sad.
I got custard bread.
I'm sad I didn't have any dessert. Fluffy got a beer. She got a second beer. I have water. And I have no dessert.
Yeah,
and she has chips.
Yeah, that's the fault of life because you guys were like distracting Will.
I can't leave USA because I can't get my medication. So I have another friend that tells me he cannot get his medication if he leaves. But I swear, I feel like there's got to be a way you guys can get your medication sent out. Like you can get it sent to your relatives and then sent here, correct?
No, it's the... I think what they're trying to say is like...
It's not legal?
No, but it's more of...
How come you guys can't figure out a way to get it shipped here?
Because it's written on a prescription for them, so they get the prescription for themselves.
Right, but what I'm saying is you can order refills and have it sent to your parents' house, and then your parents send it, or there has to be some way. There has to be. Maybe customs block it? Okay, maybe.
But that's one reason as well that my aunt lives in...
I didn't know that.
England. My aunt...
There's got to be a way around it, though, I would assume, right? There's got to be. Is it 100% no chance? Or is there some... I would just think there's got to be some way. Or there's got to be a way that you guys can get it here in Vietnam.
That's one reason why my aunt lives in UK. All her medications are free by the government and it's provided by the government.
Contact lenses? That's insane. But the good thing about contact lenses, you can get contact lenses in Vietnam.
Yeah, but they have to pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you can get it, that's okay. Like, if you absolutely needed your medication, it would probably be cheaper living out in Asia and then just paying a higher amount for your medication. You'll probably still live cheaper. Stuff gets lost and delayed. Let me see where you guys look at the stat. Most guys, 50% less, 50% out. I knew. That's why I hate ending the vote when it's an even number. That's why I always try to end it on an odd number. It was 14 votes. So it's 7 of you guys, West, 7 of you. Okay. So I kind of always think I'm talking to people that live outside of the West. That's why some people have different ideas. They're like, yeah, I have a big budget. I just go blow it in Asia because you guys go back to the USA and then you make more money, or you go back and you have a place to stay. Like Philip, that's why Philip blows money because he goes back and then he has something to do there. But if you guys were out here long term, I think your spending habits would be different. That's crazy. Can't send books, use clothes. I tried sending a fleshlight and never made it. I think someone stole it.
No, Fluffy. The most outrageous thing I heard is
I did not know that.
someone sent a tricycle in Canada.
Tricycle.
Yeah, in Canada, and he received the tricycle after 6 years.
I get paid the same if I'm in Asia or Australia. That's crazy. I'm very glad I don't have any medications. I've never taken medications. I don't even take aspirin, so I'm very, very lucky in that aspect. The biggest downside for me is making money. I need income. I need to figure out a way to make money. If I had a way to make money constantly and be consistent in money, I would be a million percent set out here. I don't worry about English. I don't worry about housing. I don't worry about visas. The only thing I worry about is making consistent money. That's it. That's the only thing. If that ever gets solved, I will be the most peaceful at peace guy in Asia. I'm not up on my Spanish writing. I get paid more in China than I ever did in America. I would sell options. If I was able to go back in time in 2022, I would have sold options instead of thinking I was going to get an online job. Now all the capital is gone. So somehow I need to regain all that capital and then I could start doing that. Where did you book the train tickets? Yes, DSVN. So I'll show you really quickly because I was just looking at the tickets right now. So watch, I'll show you guys. This is where you should go to. Look at my phone. So watch, here's where I go. So I type in this. If you type in these words, Vietnam Railways, DSVN. So watch, Vietnam Railways, DSVN. Click on this. Now it's going to be this first link. Now when you hit on this link, it's all going to be in Vietnamese. Actually, it's not. Usually it's in Vietnamese. If it's in Vietnamese, you come up here and you hit this button, and then you come down here and you hit translate. You'll hit the translate button. For some reason, we don't have to. Then you got to pick your station. So at first, I couldn't figure out why I couldn't find the Wien Yan station. But then I realized it's not called Wien Yan. It's called D True. So tomorrow, we're going to go here. Well, when we leave, we're leaving the Nha Trang station. And we're going to Wien Yan. But the train station is not called Wien Yan. It's called D True. So here is D True. Well, that's where we think we're going. And then the departure date, it would be the 21st, right? And then we'll click this. So now, here's your options. This is each train that leaves. This is a 2:30 in the morning train. That's a 3:50, so 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, and then the next one's not till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So what you do is, once you find your time, you click on it. So these will each have different seats, right? So let's say we're going to take either the 4, so we're going to click on the 4 o'clock one. Now that'll open up this. Now you have different seatings. So we're on the first train car, which is a soft seats with air conditioning. This is what we always take. You either have soft seats, which is the ones that we take, or you're going to sit in the back with the sleeper train, which is probably going to be like something like this. There's the 4-berth sleeper train. Sleeper trains will be about, I'm guessing, 400, 300, 290. What we do is we take the AC sleeper cars. They're not long enough for us to need it. Those will be 160, which is about $6. And then you would go down there, you put those tickets in your basket. There you go. You got to put your full name, adult, your ID number. You come down here and then you fill out your information. And then I always pay by Visa. You would hit Visa or all these different options. I pay by Visa. And then you scroll down, you agree to it, you hit it, you put your number in, and then you will get the tickets. Make sure you put your email in so they send you the tickets. And there will be a download button as soon as you're done. Make sure you download it and save it to your phone. So it's pretty simple. I missed a lot of you guys' messages. Where do you book train tickets? Yep, you could buy cheap stocks, Will, sell options on them. That's what I did. I used to trade and buy, but mostly sell stock options, and I would collect the premium from 2017 all the way up to about 2020, 21, maybe. But I have no capital now. I have no capital to do that. Every dollar to my name is for me to live out the rest of my time in Vietnam until the channel breaks even. So there's no extra money in the budget because I don't know when the channel will ever break even. So if the channel breaks even starting tomorrow, then great. I have capital. But if it takes 6 months, 8 months, a year, then I'm on a budget. That's why I can't spend money because I don't know how long I have to make my money last for until the channel breaks even. I'm generally okay, but I miss my meds for 1 or 2 days. It goes bad very quickly. Otherwise, I would like to live overseas. Get a loan from Fluffy's parents. Fluffy, can I get a loan from your parents? I could teach Spanish in China. Problem solved. That's interesting. Have not watched. I'm American from San Diego. I am from the Bay Area, so I'm probably like 6 or 7 hours. I'd probably say closer to 7 or 8 hours from San Diego driving distance. Just saw it in Will's Google search. There are full beds. You can get AC on the train. Yeah, the AC has train. The AC has train, and actually on the seats, you have like on the airplane, you have the little lights and you have the little turn AC thing. Vallejo? No, Vallejo is not near San Diego. It's probably 7, 8 hours driving. I'm SEO. I can work from anywhere. I would love that, man. I would love to have that.
I thought San Diego was...
San Diego is almost into Mexico. I am 30 minutes away from San Francisco. San Francisco is Northern California. San Diego is past LA and almost down by Mexico.
I was about to say that. I thought...
Are there full beds on the train? They're pretty small beds. And you share, so unless you buy 4 tickets, you are going to lay on a bed, and then probably locals are going to lay on the other 3 beds. For me, sleeper trains are not worth it for many reasons. You have to share them. You might get lucky, book one, and it might be empty, but it's rare that I see one person in the 4 cabin, and they're at least double the price. And usually we take the train right after we just woke up, and our train's usually only about 4 or 5 hours. So for us, a sleeper train usually isn't that good of an option. Scrapers, spiders, such are so much easier to make with AI. They have soft beds and hard beds. We get on the train usually in the morning after we wake up, so we don't really need to sleep. Our trains are usually 3 hours to 5 hours long, so we don't need to sleep. And they are double the price, which we don't really need. The AC soft seats has AC and the seats recline, so I mean, you could still manage. I recommend the train. We like the train. I like the train. Single recliners? What do you mean single recliners? So every row, so if you pick soft seats, there's 2 seats. So it's 2 seats, 2 seats, 2 seats, 2 seats. Every single time me and Fluffy sit together.
Recliner is like the one you ride at the bus ride.
There's no single rows. So you either have two seats, two seats, two seats, two seats, or you have the 4-bed cabin, and they even have a 6-bed cabin. So at the end of the train is a 6-bed cabin, a 4-bed cabin. Those are the ones with the beds. And then all the other seating is 2 soft seats. 2 seats, 2 seats, 2 seats over here, 2 seats over here. The middle row, 2 seats. And I mean, the ticket prices are great. I think the cheapest train ticket we've taken was 60,000, which is about $2.10. The most expensive ticket was like I think 300 or 320.
I go 200.
How much do we get back from Dong Hoi? I think Dong Hoi was the most expensive. I think Dong Hoi was like 300, or it was at least high 280s. So it was like 11. It was like $11. So anywhere from $2 to $11 is kind of the main ticket range. Do they recline at the same time or individual? Both seats are not connected to each other. So it's just like a 2-seat. It's like 2 seats. So I can lean my seat back, and then Fluffy would be sitting up straight. Now, they don't go back fully, but they do go back. They go back probably that much that seat's at. Probably call it like 30% back, probably. From upright position to probably 30% back. I've never wanted to do that, Alejandro, because I would feel too much pressure. Because then if I make some bad trades or something goes wrong, then I feel bad. I've had so many people say that, like even family members. Hey, man, how about I give you money and you just pick for me? And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. For one, I want people to learn how to trade options by themselves. Because, like, what happens if I die? What happens if I make bad deals? Like, I like teaching people so they can learn on their own. That's why I make YouTube videos. I like to tell you guys, like, hey, guys, do it this way, do it this way. I could tell you guys, like, hey, guys, only go to this hotel. But I like to say, guys, go to a hotel that offers this, this, and this. Why are you looking at my passport?
Buffy, you look different than your passport.
You look different in real life.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
It says how many pages you have in your passport.
Wow, I think it's 52.
C51.
Option teaching stream. Yeah, but the problem is I don't want to do a course. Courses everyone kind of looks at as scammy. And then people are going to say, how the hell are you going to teach me a course? You haven't traded stock options in what, 3 or 4 years? I'm going to say, who are you? Why would I take a course from you? So not only does courses kind of get a bad rap for being scammy, but then people can say, what's your history? You haven't traded options in 3, 4 years? Why would I listen to you? With covered calls, ETFs.
Who is Henry Ward Beach?
Who?
Sure. Henry Ward.
Who is Henry Ward?
Henry Ward Beecher?
I have no clue, Fluffy. Maybe that's someone else's passport.
How about Herbert Leonard?
Why is there other people's name in my passport? Fluffy, maybe you've had too much beer. Oh my God, Fluffy, you drank the whole thing.
How about John Paul Jones?
John Earl Jones? Isn't that the guy that was Darth Vader's voice? The black guy with the glasses?
Paul Jones.
Earl Jones? What was his name? The guy that played Darth Vader's voice? Oh, Fluffy, we got to get up early again tomorrow. You know what Fluffy was telling me? She said we can go to the buffet at 6:30 in the morning, and then since the buffet closes at 9:30, we can sneak back in at 9 o'clock and do a second round of buffet. James Earl Jones. Do I have my young day photos?
Yeah, you do.
Which one do I have?
The one with your dad and your...
Yeah, that one's from when I was like freaking 8 years old. I don't think I have any old pictures.
16 years old.
I maybe back in my house somewhere, but I don't think I have them digitally on me. Let me see. What do I have? I have one when I was probably like 9, 10, 11 years old. Let me see if I can find that. But every time I show people that picture, they always laugh at me.
What? The one you're 8 years old?
Let me see. Photos. Let me see. Let me see. Where is it? This is me when I worked. If any of you guys are from the Bay Area, you guys would know. Gary Radnich.
Can I see?
Fluffy, you've seen all these.
I want to see.
Where was that other picture? I wanted to find that picture. Why can't I find it, Fluffy? Oh, tagged. I think you guys will like this one. Option trading, you can do it with as little money as possible. Like, I've made stock trades for like $8 and turned $8 into like $400 on one trade. This is me in Singapore. This is about 5 years ago. This is my first time ever in the Philippines. There's Mr. Jollibee. Let me see. This is my first time in Thailand. Let me see. I thought I had some older pictures. This is me in Spain. This is my travel buddy. The travel buddy that I always tell you about that like can sleep anywhere. He's from Prague. He will show up in a city with no reservations and he will sleep in a
You guys look so young there.
I know, man. COVID wore us out. That's me in Spain. Let me see. This is me in Brixton. You guys know Brixton? Brixton, London. Let me see. What do I got? Any other pictures?
Who were you with?
There's my brother. No, I mean, so I didn't spend a lot of money traveling, guys. When
You guys look different.
when I traveled in 2019, I went to Europe. I went to 9 countries in Europe and I only spent $3,800 on every single thing. That's every single plane flight to and from USA, all the Airbnbs, all the food, everything. I spent $3,800. There's me. Let me see if you guys can see that. There's me. There's my brother. And there's my dad.
That's the most skinny. You
Um,
look slim there.
you,
Daddy, can I see again?
no. I'm not showing you. I'm showing them. Oh, you guys are going to laugh at this one. This is the one that everyone laughs at. That's me, my dad, and my brother.
You look so cute there. Aww.
Look at my brother. My brother looks like a what's that called? Like a ventriloquist dummy. He looks like see something up to something. My brother looks like he's up to something. Let me see. Do I have anything else? Do I have any other older pictures? Oh, I know. Man, oh, here we go. You guys are going to say, look at this picture. This is the V-Town. If you guys know, this is my brother, me, and some of the guys we grew up with. This is the old days. I think this is like 2019.
Why are you all shaved?
Look at this picture. This is like a bunch of people up to no good. Look, that's a bunch of people up to no good right there. I haven't seen these pictures in years.
Alejandro.
Look at this picture. There's me in my college TV show doing the sports reporting.
I knew it. You're a gang member.
A gang member. What the hell? A gang member. I'm in MS-13. You guys want to see some of my party days? Let me see. I think I have some. Let me see. Do I have anything? Let me see.
Sophie, I told you you don't have a skinny picture.
There's me in a suit. I knew it. You're a gang member. What kind of comment is that? Do I have any other crazy pictures? I don't think I have any older pictures. I think that's about it. Do I have anything else? I think that's about it. Do I have anything else? Do I have anything else crazy to show you guys? Oh, what about this picture? This picture is kind of funny. That's Disney.
Oh my gosh, Will. That's the first time they'll see that you're wearing pants.
Look, I always had a King's hat. Oh, here we go. You guys will like this picture. I know this. I never wore glasses, but look. That was a glasses picture. Man, I haven't seen some of these pictures in years. Neo? Who the hell is Neo?
Neo the singer. Throwing gang signs.
Gangs. You guys are crazy. There's Spain. There's me. There's my Prague buddy, and this guy was from Chile. I just randomly met those guys when we were in Spain, and this is the guy that I ended up traveling to like 6 countries with. I still talk to him to this day. That's the guy that we called Tony. Keanu Reeves? What the hell? You know which country is this? Which country is that? You guys know this country? This is Lisbon, Portugal, where they also have the Golden Gate Bridge. Nope. Close, though. Everyone thinks it's Brazil, but that's Portugal. It's Lisbon, Portugal. I don't think I have any more crazy pictures. Yeah, I think that's it. Everyone thinks it's Rio because of that, but it's Portugal. Oh, here's me in Singapore. Remember I told you guys I was in Singapore? There's Singapore with the merlion. There's my Prague buddy that loves his blue blocker glasses. I think that's about it. Let me try to see if I have... Oh, here's the best picture of me. Get your action figure Will Travels Bonet laptop fanny pack included. There you guys go. There you guys go. Get this while supplies last. Here's me in Cebu. Here's the Philippines. I think that's about it, guys. Let me see if there's anything else. Here's my avatar on Facebook. You guys like that one? I think that's about it. Let me take a look, see if there's anything else. Recruiting gang members. Where do you come up with that? Where do you come up with this stuff?
Maybe JV's being recruited.
I was the enforcer. Gang signs. Let me see.
Phone call.
I think that's it. I don't think there's no more. Let me try to figure out. Let me try to figure it out. I think you guys might have seen them all. There's me holding a kid, but no, that's not my kid. That's my friend's kid. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. Let me see.
Looks like your kid.
It looks like your kid. Here, I still think that's JV's favorite. Is that JV's favorite one right there? That was definitely my drinking days. Wait, oh, that was 2010. Jesus Christ, that was 2010. So that was 15 years ago.
You look like the uncle because you're the one wearing plaid.
I'm wearing plain? An airplane?
Plaid.
Fluffy, it's called plaid. Plaid.
Plaid.
Where do you come up with this, Fluffster? Plaid. I think we're going to wrap it up. So let's do a little...
Gang.
Let's do like a little summary. Let's see. What did we do? Oh, we had our breakfast buffet that Tim, wherever the hell he is, too bad he's not listening, told me,
East side to the west side.
He told me that we would have bacon, and he told me we'd have some Western options, but we did not have any Western options at the buffet. Didn't even have cereal, didn't even have bacon. Tomorrow is Easter, so maybe we might have something different. We'll see. Then what did we do? I took a long nap. And then what did we do, Fluffster? After that, we went out and seen Marcus. We seen Northern Nha Trang. I'm glad we got out there today. Check that out. We ate some Western food. That'll be our Western food day. I think we'll go stick to local food from now on out. Tomorrow, we will go to the beach and do everything else. Will is from California, tells you everything. And then I think tomorrow we're going to kind of hang out. We're going to go to the beach. We're going to kind of look around this neighborhood a little bit more. Oh, we are going to probably get a canola oil ice cream tomorrow since I didn't get a dessert today. We might even get that loaded canola oil ice cream and take it to the beach for $7,000, $7,000 for an ice cream.
Are we visiting Philip's area?
Maybe. If Philip pops in and he gives us an area, maybe we'll go get a juice. I'll get my strawberry ice cream that Fluffy says tastes like Flintstone vitamins. I think we'll wrap it up tomorrow. I don't think we're gonna do too much, and then I think we'll probably know what city we're going to because I think we're gonna look at the tickets. But I think that's about it, guys.
Root beer tastes like beer.
It tastes like beer. So I think that's gonna do it. Appreciate everybody. Gonna talk to you guys later. We will do a live stream during the buffet tomorrow. Hopefully the buffet is better. So
Gangs out.
we are gonna go charge our devices and we are gonna go transfer my files to my laptop. So there we go. Later, guys.
Happy travels.
I'll just tell you guys this. The live stream for the buffet will be in about 9 hours. In between 9 and 10 hours. So whatever time it is at your place, give it about 9 or 10 hours and we'll be back on eating breakfast buffet.
Happy travels, everyone.